Here we are.
Okay.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. How's everybody over in the chat doing? Hope y'all doing good. A lot of good information. Hey, Todd. A lot of good information over there on Cayman's channel.
Yeah, I was just watching that. I don't know. I've got
Okay.
mixed emotions on it. Looks like they've got a way to go.
Yeah, they're gonna have
to be very marketable, I think.
to really do something with the time frame.
5 to
Ain't many.
6 minutes, and the fact that
Yeah.
it's going to have to be. Of course, I think maybe you still do. So many of the folks on the vaporizers are going to the, battery operated ones that it's going to be hard to get them to go back.
Yeah. I tell you that OA vaporizer is fast. It's fast. You have to gear up in that safety equipment and everything, but it's fast.
Yeah.
There's the unlikely beekeeper. Hello. And I do have the link pinned to the top. Anybody wanting to come in, come on in.
Are you sure it's pinned up there, Joy? I may have missed it.
I'm not. I don't even have YouTube open.
Okay.
I suppose they'd pinned it.
Well, that's all I got open now too. I guess actually on the stream part of it.
I go look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, Todd said it's up. Yeah, I didn't know exactly what it was going to be about when I started listening to it, and I said, he's coming on. I'm going to cancel my chat. So I just moved the time back, and it got kind of interesting. Hey, Richard.
I was interested in it, but I looks like to me they still got a long way to go. They need some more information, I'd say, that before they're going to get people to other than people like me that's not that big and is willing to experiment a little bit. I ain't saying I won't try it, but we got the happy tablets now to try and some various things, and you can't spend, as my old pappy used to say, it's hard to spend yourself rich. A lot of folks can't afford a $500 vaporizer and another $300 or $400 or $500 vaporizer for this product and so forth. So I wish them well. I hope it works out for them, and I'll probably give it a try, but if they try to market it, but they're going to have to get their prototypes in shape, and I've got a lot of 4 and 5 frame equipment too. So it looks like to me it's geared strictly for a 10 frame operation, and I've still got like 10 frame hives, but I intend to gradually work them out. I'm going to go to all 8 frame stuff. 8 and 5s is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, somebody had asked if you could make an adapter for the 8 frame, and he said yes. But
well, I'm sure a guy
probably
can.
all you do there is just cut you a piece of plywood the size of a 10 and make the hole the size of 8.
Yep.
But dosing it, though, that would be the thing. I don't know exactly. I might have missed it when I was coming back and forth to the honey house, how they dose it.
Yeah.
If you're doing a nuke, you could probably make an adapter too, but you'd have to dose it, figure a dose on it.
I even do that double screen boards on some of I put some 5 frames over some 8s or 10s. I got me some little adapters made with their own opening on facing the other direction where I could slide them on top of my 8 frames, 5 to 5, or on top of an 8 or a 10. If their little nukes are a little weak.
Hey, Todd.
Yes.
Hey, gentlemen.
Come in.
So
How you
I'm
doing?
not in for long, but I have some comments on that. I like the idea, but like what you said, JW, I don't think they're there. I mean, you see the size of that thing you got to lug around to put on top of the box. I thought it was a microwave,
Mhm.
you know, but I really don't like the idea of getting bees wet. And then that, what does that stuff do when it gets into cells that has larvae and royal jelly and stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, it says it's food grade, but you know, I don't think they've tested that. And when when they say indoor agriculture, you know what they're doing. So they don't have they don't have to worry about well, let's call it what it is. The marijuana plants don't have any wet substance to it for that wet stuff to get into. So they have no idea what it does.
Yeah.
But
I made a comment earlier. They still got a long road to go down.
yeah. But don't get me wrong, it's innovation. It's going in the right
Oh, yeah.
direction.
Sure.
Yeah,
You
it
know.
will.
Yeah, like I told Joy, I'm all for them, but they got a ways to go with their prototypes and so forth. If you got that big old box of dragging extension cord and a
Yeah,
generator,
you're back to the
square one. Yeah,
vaporizer issue with dragging the cord around the bee yard.
that's what I think also.
It
I'm
is.
all for innovation, but they're going to have to do some work, I think, before they're going to have be able to market it any.
And it's a tad. The price point's a tad high, in my opinion, too. I get it. There's a lot of technology in there. They went through that technology to sell the price, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I wish them luck.
Yeah.
Give them the benefit of the doubt. That's all you can do.
Yeah. But very interesting stuff since it's food grade or food safe. One other thing, though, that one of the last questions that came in was, does it kill good bacteria? And the guy said, I think it does, or I think he said it does.
Yeah.
So I have to go back and listen.
It was like in the last 10 minutes. So it kills, good and bad bacteria, which I don't know if that's, harmful to the bees to kill the good stuff. Who knows? A lot of questions.
That's what some of the old timer treatment free guys used to talk about all the time when we was vaping the bees. They were saying that you wasn't just killing the mites, you was killing the good bacteria or good mites that belong in the hive too,
Yeah.
So, and that's true, but you got
basically an answer.
Yeah, it's a balancing act, and maybe you have to get rid of some of the good to get to the bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
Keith's got a pretty good. They actually answered that. Came and asked him at Keith on the efficacy, and they basically said the same as the OA. If you wanted to get them down from a mite overload, so to speak, down to four treatments a week apart. So if you got a $5 treatment, it's going to cost you $25 a treatment. That's a little.
What I want to know is they didn't even mention. They said that it does kill mites, but they didn't mention any studies. They said they did field tests, but nothing's been published. And I'm just kind of wondering, why there weren't more questions like that. I'm kind of puzzled because everybody these days is asking, well, where's the study for this and where's the study for that?
Yeah.
Well,
I think their study is this one man doing a little field test on you know, for a year's time out there in New Mexico, and they had to, in their caveat, this was only on, if you read that little ad when they first put it out, this was on 10 hives.
Yeah.
Only on treatment on 10 hives, which would be could be you know, that's not a lot of testing, I wouldn't think.
No, it's not. It's puzzling.
Miss Melanie, you want to respond to that, Joy? Tell her what's going on.
Yeah, came and introduced, or had some people on to introduce a newer method of treating for mites, and it's kind of new. They've just been testing what they say, about a year. Been doing a little field testing, but they really just getting started with the testing.
It'll be years.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. He said that it kills mites, right? Did I thought I heard him say that it does kill mites.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
And 4 treatments.
if you have a product and it kills mites, why can't you give numbers?
Well, a hammer will kill mites, you know, Todd.
What's that?
A hammer will kill mites.
Yeah.
Whether it's spatula or
You
not,
can
that's
stump them too. YouTube might not like it.
Yeah, you get removed. You go into YouTube jail. You know? Ask
Somebody went out.
Mr. Walls about that. But you know, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I've got this thing. I don't know if you can see it. This kills mites. I can't tell you how many it
Hang on.
kills. It's a coaster. It's got a bee on it.
Oh yeah.
It's just a coaster. So, you know, this kills mites, but I'm not going to tell you how many, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A hammer will kill mites.
So, yeah.
What I thought was interesting, they said that they're not registered, or they not registered with the EPA yet, but they do have a product that they can use that's not registered.
See, here's what I know about that. The EPA is only concerned when you start killing insects or animals or something.
Yeah.
That's when the EPA gets into it. If you have a product that kills spiders, it has to get EPA approved. If it kills I don't know, if it stops dust from collecting in your house, well, the EPA doesn't have to get involved. So if it kills a living organism, that's where they're at. And I don't understand why he said that, but hey, whatever.
Well, I mean, Todd, it sounds just like with Appy tablets. You know, it's a supplement.
Correct.
Not a thing. And they're playing the same game.
They're going on that thin gray line right now. And hey, that's totally legal. It's illegal when you start going way over the line. You know, you can operate in the gray space for so long, though.
Yeah.
But
I hope it all works out. The easier it is for everybody to treat, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
I agree 100%. Well, we can't solve their problem or market their product for them. We're going to have to work it out on their own. Is all I can tell them.
No, I saw the thing, like I was talking, I think it was JW. Somebody said it was like a microwave. I saw the thing, but I was walking around fiddling. I wasn't necessarily looking at the screen. Did they show anybody actually setting it on the hive? I'm wondering if it takes 2 people to go down and
it looks awfully big to me. You know what it looks like? If you take the TV of today, that's a flat screen, and you go back to the 70s, and it's got that big, huge rear end tube. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
You know?
You got 2 little fans in there.
I've seen a video with Frederick Dunn, and those guys were set up at some bee conference somewheres. And
I think that was Texas. Fred spoke down there in Texas, Charlie.
Was it Texas? You know,
I
and
think so.
they were trying to explain it, and I looked it up then, and I looked at all what they had on the website. I'm like, I'm forget this. CRT, cardiac rescue technician.
What's that?
I don't know. Kodiak Lee.
CRT. Critical race theory or whatever that is.
I don't know.
Okay.
In my day, it was cardiac rescue technician, which I thought that's what I was.
I'm going to.
So what was the delivery system? I didn't catch it. Is it like a spray? Is it
A fogger.
vaporizing?
Yeah, it's
So
like
it's fogging.
More like
So
No.
basically, you could put whatever type of chemical you wanted in there later on and develop all kinds of things.
Well, you know, so not to get off what you're saying, but to kind of answer what Mark is saying about what that question you just put up, Joey. I honestly believe if we let the bees take care of the mites, we wouldn't have issues with mites right now. That'd have been 40 years worth of taking our licks, and then we'd be back, back into the game.
You may be closer to right than you think you are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mother Nature is crazy and at times a good crazy. But
Well, they used to preach this to us in classes of almost any kind when I was working at that prison. Every action has a reaction.
yep.
You just have to figure out what that reaction is.
Yep. That's like what Randy
that's
Oliver said in one of his talks. If you want to graph for gentleness, you're gaining that, but you're losing something else. It's all about diversity.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to watch it.
I know I've got several uncles that used to raise puppies, some beagles and some foxhounds. And I didn't know the guy, but one of my uncles knew this guy that raised beagles for rabbit trials and field trialing. And I'm going to say this out loud. I hope I don't get in trouble. But he used to have a certain trait that he was looking for every time any of his dogs had puppies. And only the ones with a trait got to live. That mama never got to raise any of the other ones that didn't have that trait he was looking for. And he would not give any of those puppies away to anybody or sell them because he didn't want that non-trait puppy out there with the mama and daddy's name. And he would throw off. Well, I said all that to say this. Some of those that didn't have that trait ended up being like crazy dogs because you were breeding for a certain trait.
Mm-hmm.
My grandpa did something. My grandpa did something similar. He had a flatbed truck and he put puppies on the back of it, and he'd go down the road. The ones that fell off, he didn't keep. The ones that stayed on, he kept.
Well,
That's how you do.
in the breeding business, Joey, that's basically called line breeding. And
Yep.
if you line breed, you get if you got two different traits you're looking for, why it brings out the best of the best, and it also brings out the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
And you get into genetics, there's lots of possibilities,
Lee explained the CRT. It's the cathode ray tube. Those are the old TVs.
Oh,
Remember?
cathode ray tube, yeah, TVs, yeah.
3 guns, 1 for each color.
Yeah. But yeah.
Hey, Kim.
Yeah, Clay, that was old school, and it worked too. Anybody that was smart enough to stay on there, he kept. They always turned out to be good dogs, he said. So.
But anyway, I say fingers crossed. Maybe it'll be something new that really works. Never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now Keith's gonna throw an RGB
Yeah,
at us. Let's-
I was just looking at that.
that must be some kind of TV technology too.
Ray gun something.
So what was the liquid? Was it water, ionized water, or what?
Proprietary
it was a.
information, what that was.
They didn't really go into detail on that.
Yeah.
They, or as best I can interpret it,
Secret water.
it was you put this product, whatever that product is. They didn't really go into detail because it's a secret, big secret, what their mixture is that you put in there, and then I think you add water to it, and then it vaporizes, and it's got two little old fans that blows it down in the hive as kind of a water vapor, really. So
Maybe it was heavy water.
Magic water, so to speak. So
maybe it was heavy water.
Holy water, yeah, Clay.
Holy water.
Well,
And that's how they treat cancer, right?
Who knows?
Most of them cancer treatments are strictly poison. I think most of it's arsenic.
I think
Yeah, the idea is to kill everything and anything and just barely keep you alive.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's what I kind of wanted to add. I'm going to jump off here.
Why are you leaving?
Oh,
Look at the
it's,
fun we're having.
it's it's UFC night, so I got to go watch the fights.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the Big Ten now. They'll never be worth a
No,
damn.
no. UFC. It's that mixed martial arts.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. All right.
that's the real fights.
Yeah.
Do you pay for is this one of them big ones where you pay?
I have a super box. That's all I'm
Okay.
going to say.
Okay.
You have any friends?
Yeah.
Probably
I
got
He can
Robert.
sell you one.
how much you want to pay me, Frank?
Mm. Mm.
But no, anyway, I just came on real quick to say a couple of those things, and that was it. But I hope that something good comes out of it. Like I said, they're going in the right direction. So
Well, at least somebody's out there trying.
yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'll talk to you later. Everybody have a good weekend.
All right.
Night,
See you
Todd.
later.
All right. See you later.
So next we're going to start putting this stuff in our smoker, right? And just every time you smoke your hive, you're treating your bees.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. I'm trying to see what Cajun Homestead has there on his.
That's
Yeah, he's got some kind of a little old emoji that I don't know what it's supposed to mean. Means scared to death, I think.
Somebody had talking about the smoker. Somebody had one time talked about something that they put. I think it was pipe tobacco or something they would put in there. Something that was in that tobacco kind of helped with mites a little bit.
Yeah, I was actually at some school function the other day, and you're in a restroom. I guess they have advertising on the wall for the kids. It says, "Remember, kids, vaping is dangerous. All the metals that you get in your vaping." And I'm thinking to myself, are we doing that with these electronic vapors? We're putting like heavy metals into our hives.
I don't use one, so I don't know.
Big Mike, it says your device is not connected. There we go.
Where he went to. There you go, buddy. You're there now.
Is my mic working?
Yes.
Yes.
Got a lot of snow up your way?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. I say, have you got a lot of snow up there, Mike?
I guess he can't hear.
I guess he can't hear us.
Oh, what have I done now?
I hear you, Mike.
Oh, there you go. I didn't hear anybody.
Oh,
I had just asked if you had any snow.
Turn up your hearing aid.
No, you're good and loud coming here.
Mike,
Yeah.
JW wants to know if you got snow.
Everybody's coming in choppy. I'm gonna give up. I must have
Bad
a bad
Wi-Fi.
connection or something.
Kick it.
hit it with a hammer. He's gone
It ain't
again.
broke now. It will be.
Well, I made telescoping tops all day today, Charlie. I've got the side frames made on about 40.
JW, why don't you do with the migratory tops?
What do I do with them?
You don't do migratory?
I do both.
What's
I've
the
got
what's the advantage of one or the other?
I make sugar. No, it's not bricks. I actually make a sugar frame. I put the migratories on to cover them. All my or the telescopic on to cover them. The migratories, I've got holes in all my migratory lids because I use them when I'm feeding in the summer. I feed a lot of sugar water, of course. I take them off in the wintertime, put on the migratory so they don't get moisture down in the hives.
Can you close the door?
You got something over your camera or something there, Frank.
I think he's froze up.
Oh, okay. Six inches like us. That's depends on the size of the lake, I guess. That'd be fishing ice down here if we ever get 6 inches. We haven't had 6 inches ice on the water down here for 10 years probably. Mike. Editing.
He's coming in again. We'll remove the other one.
I pushed the wrong button. I started replaying Cameron Reynolds' video somehow. It was playing in the background.
Okay. Oh, you were froze up on our screen there, which whatever you was done before.
Yeah, I was trying to do two things at the same time: do live and
Hey, Brad.
play Cameron Reynolds.
Hey, what's going on?
So what does Brad think of this
Brad?
monkey water?
I just joined. I didn't hear what y'all was talking about.
We're talking about the monkey water.
What monkey water?
You didn't watch Cayman's with his.
Oh no, I missed it.
Yeah, the Royal Boys.
I started to watch it, but I kind of knew what it was, and I just watched the movie.
So what is it?
Eat popcorn.
It's a Varroa treatment.
It's
It's
like a great big popcorn machine you put up on top of the hive, and it blows everything inside the hive.
Yeah, I don't want to be negative on
I
it.
want some popcorn.
We need new innovation. I don't want to be negative, but they've got a ways to go yet before it's going to be
That's what
marketable, I'd say, at the price they're talking about.
I mean, look at what we've done in vaporizers, where we went from the pan
Yeah.
to the pro
Yeah.
to like all these here gas operated, fire operated, and all this other crap. And then finally we got the pro vap, and then here come the instant vap, and then we went from corded to battery operated. And I just looked up my pro vap. I know I've had that over 6 years or more, and
DC, you had to go to Cayman's channel to see what they're talking about. It's a new treatment for mites coming out or in the works.
It's got to be over 40 degrees at night.
for what?
The treatment, because otherwise the moisture in the hive, some of the beekeepers that were doing the testing were afraid of going colder than that because of the moisture.
Well, I wouldn't vaporize the hive unless it's 45 degrees. Of course, that's
Some people said the wet bees are dead bees.
Was it make them all wet? Do they?
Apparently, from what it sounds like.
Wet bees, and I'm going to agree with Cayman on that. I've had a lot of wet bees in my time that didn't die. I mean, I don't recommend dumping a bucket of water in the hive, but what I'm telling you,
What is the
I think where
mixture
the
they're
guy was
using?
trying to go with that was wet brood.
yeah, that's what I'd be more concerned about soaking that.
And Mike says it doesn't get underneath the cappings. Well, we all know 80% of the mites are underneath the cappings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you ain't got nothing better than oxalic acid there, and some over whatever you want to call it.
Well, I guess the lead tester, and maybe I think this one guy was kind of the sales agent for the product. And I think the guy that's doing the technical work he seemed to think that they had a product that they just wasn't talking about yet that might penetrate the cappings. He was way under.
Why don't we do like we do with the what's that hive that gets the honey all by itself?
Flow hive.
The flow hive. Instead of getting honey out, we decap these brood. Have little like strings in front of each cell, and we pull the string and pops all the cappings. Treat the hive, let them seal it back up, and away we go. Just have like a whole bunch of strings like a guitar right across the whole frame. Hit the key, pops all the tops. Treat the hive, pop, you go back to go. And you can do it from the outside. Pop, 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 pop. Treat the hive, and there you go. Everything's all capped, uncapped. Here it goes.
Yeah, and then you just decapitated all your bees.
That's what I was thinking.
And your drones.
There's got to be a method to this madness.
Yeah, we're keep on doing like we did. I mean, before Sam Ramsey got out, I had his boss in my bee club, and damn laboratory is named after him. And I asked him questions, and there was 3 answers out of his mouth, and that was, I don't know, it might be that, and maybe this. And that was it. Ramsey comes along, a protege underneath of him, and then, of course, discovers all the stuff that he's discovered with fat bodies and all that stuff, and puts the world on its ear, and it's like totally changed the whole science world over that.
Well, they're doing some. They're asking him to do some. Putting out some information concerning their treatment. I think he's aware of what's going on.
Yeah, if you go on the website, it shows him on there and all that stuff. Now you got to remember that might be a good machine because AAA Labs has a totally different. It acts completely different.
Mm-hmm.
and all that. It's not underneath the cappings. It runs all over the damn place. And they're like 10 times faster than a throw, mate. So, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be like the spotted mountain fly or whatever that fly is and just die out anyway.
Spotted lanternfly.
Yeah.
Well, there was a.
I haven't seen any this year except for maybe 3 in spring, and then I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, it's about like me. The last 2 years we had a lot. The first year was you couldn't walk without stepping on them. Then last year they were about as half as much. And then this year I think I might have seen 3 dozen, and that was about it. So maybe it's killing them off. I don't know. But this year we had a flow through July, and I'm like, where? I asked her, even the inspector, where's this stuff coming from? And then they said nobody knew. We had actually a pretty darn good drought and everything. I don't know.
And as soon as the winter comes, now we got pouring rain.
Yeah. Yeah. When I needed the rain for my hayfield, I couldn't get it.
Well, that's just farming, Charlie. You know that.
Yeah, I know. Jimmy planted 30 acres of hay out there, and he timed it where he planted it a day or two before it rained for about 12 days, as far as like a gradual misty rain. Mm-hmm. And it brought it up. And then we had a couple more rains here last month while it was still warm, and it really did come up out of the ground. So, everybody realize what the day today is?
Yep. I do. In 1941.
Yeah, I should have put something on the banners for that. But
The biggest part of the majority of the people don't know that anymore, probably, Charlie.
Yeah, I know.
Just older folks.
Yeah,
that was long ago.
Everything now is
Depends on how old you are, right?
Everything now is a Twin Towers thing. That's their invasion, I guess you would call it. Sneak attack.
Or the president nominate getting shot, right?
Yeah.
What's Trump? Yeah, it's not. What I'm comparing is you got the Twin Towers, it's sneak attack versus the Japanese, which I'm not sure whether that was a sneak attack. I think that was an
plan.
Yeah, it's the modern stuff. They're younger generation. That's what they remember. I remember Kennedy, not what is it? Reagan getting shot. That was years ago, but
yeah.
I always used to hear Dad talk about the other stuff.
Well, you're just a baby then. I was in college when Kennedy got shot, let alone Reagan.
I thought you were going to say Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, of course, I was a late life mistake on my parents' part, and I made them pay for it too, Brad. But I had 4 brothers in World War II.
Oh, really?
There were 7 boys in our family. 4 of them was in World War II, 1 in the Korea, and I went to Southeast Asia.
So you're a true boomer.
So
the baby boomer. That's what my dad used to talk about all the time.
Well, the thing of it is, it's happened to us, and World War II with Japan and all that. That was a life-changing event for the world at that time, especially the U.S. And today,
a reset.
It was well, whatever you want to call it. I'm not quite sure what that would mean. But you know what the reset now is COVID. We had a reset with that. Everything has changed since COVID. We learned, I can remember before I'm taking, I was vice president of my bee club. And they said, well, we could have some speaker come in and he could come in on Skype. And I'm like, what is that? And now, because I got in, we had a B meeting on a Wednesday, and I think Thursday is when the campus at the college shut down the next day. And then I went through Zoom and also another product. I don't know what it was. Microsoft put it out or what it was. But I said Zoom is easier to run and better quality and whatever, all that. And I got our B Club up and running again through that year so we could still talk and have speakers. And that completely changed us now because, all right, now board meetings, we used to meet at their houses. Everybody would meet at each person's house. Not anymore. We just get on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
And then we used to, look at the conferences. Well, if you wanted to see a speaker, you went to a conference or you went to a meeting or club meeting or something. And now it's like, oh, well, we can either see it on, they're getting their information out through YouTube, or they're going to Zoom into your club meeting or wherever,
They're fixing to have a bunch of government workers that are going to be mad with not be able to Zoom in no more.
Yeah.
They're going to have to go back to the office. I couldn't believe that when they said they only have 6% of those buildings being occupied right now. The rest of everybody else works at home in the federal government. And they still paying for those buildings to be operated, and they're all empty offices.
Yeah, that's probably maintenance, Brad.
Yeah, that's what they said. It was mostly maintenance and security.
Yeah, they had to show up.
Yeah, and I've known some people that love staying at home and working from home, and other ones hate it.
Yeah. Well, the deal is not just working from home, but how much productivity are you doing at home?
Plus, you only have to dress to top up top up.
So they're going to have to start proving what they're actually accomplishing, and the ones that can are going to have to come back to the office and stuff. But it's going to be some changes.
Yeah, I got the text, Tom and Melissa, or not. I guess an instant messenger.
That's probably, I don't know. They had some markets today. They was working at. I don't know if we're not home for the markets yet or not.
4 tickets left.
Yep.
The price is right anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say I ought to buy another one.
If you want a
Show up.
What are those tickets for?
Aren't you coming to my pizza party, Brad?
I don't know nothing about it.
You are coming to Nobby, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you need a ticket.
We're having New Year's night.
You need to get your ticket.
New Year's night, Brad.
New Year's evening at 6 o'clock, 6 to 9. No Life Beekeepers dinner, just like
I won't be out there New Year's.
No.
I'll be traveling.
That's what I told him. I wouldn't come until be there till Tuesday, so I'm not going.
New Year's evening, Brad. You're going to be there when?
I'm gonna probably arrive the day of the first day of the
on a Thursday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my thing's on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Like Ricky Rurik had, I don't know, there was 40 of us. We're close to 50 people right now in the party.
I didn't even have a picture of that. I wish I had a picture of that to put in my video last week.
They almost have a big pizza place locked down, huh?
Yeah, we have a party room and it'll hold 50 people.
Oh, okay.
And then if more people do come, they can, I'll say, spill over into the restaurant area. Melissa was very instrumental in finding the place, number one, because they had eaten there, calling the place and getting everything set up. So we will be thankful to her to all her efforts.
We had to pay for her ticket.
Yeah, I'll get that. The
Now, is
ticket's
this going to be a rowdy bunch?
probably
How much were y'all tickets?
Free.
they're not.
Oh,
They're just sticking it so they know how many people showing up.
Just a
That's the
head
reason I
count.
said I'd buy them.
They should
So we got
have put some fine print in there that if you don't show up, you have to pay for it.
What's your weather out there, Charlie? We're back up. I was back up to almost 60 today. I had bees flying again. Was 17 the night, or got down to 14 the night before.
it's 34 tonight. It finally got up to about, I think, close to 40 degrees today, which has been the warmest it has been in the last several days. It's been in the 30s, kind of wet and damp feeling and all. And let's see, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. Wednesday, just barely a skip of snow. I mean, it didn't even stick to the grass. That's how little bit of it was. And more like a flurry than anything else in the air, but it never did anything. But the problem we had was we had 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
And
that's not
you know
nice.
yourself, JW, when you got barn doors 27 feet wide,
Yeah.
it's like I ratchet strapped the corners down to the barn sides. And this is in our lumber building where you have that two big set of doors sitting in the center. We chained them together. And then I put 2 4x4s down and put a lift of lumber behind them to give those board, because you could see those doors bending as those gusts would hit.
Yeah, Doug got up to +5. I don't know what that is. That's got to be
I'll look it up
38,
here.
36, 38.
Leah probably have it before you get it, Charlie. if he's still on.
Lee will get it, I'm sure. It's a 5. It's 41 degrees.
Yeah.
41.
I'm gonna say it's 44 here right now. 2 nights ago was
That's
got down to
about what it is
13.
here.
We've been actually having some cool weather for a couple of days.
What's it, 70 degrees?
No, we actually got down into the 30s.
Yeah, it's
Really?
been 32 here for a couple of mornings.
Yeah. I had 2 days so far that the bees didn't fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, DC, I'd like to get one of them flare cameras too. I had a gal, she said she would come over there and flare mine for me and all that. I'm interested. I made my hives into condensing hives where I closed the upper vent hole and in the inner cover and then put insulation on top and see how they do along with my carpet wind blocks. But no, Thursday was a lot of wind. Friday was not quite as bad, still in the 25 range wind wise. And then today was calm. Friday was pretty calm too, and all that.
You want to
So
watch
what's the
it?
opinion on
What, Frank?
what's the opinion on when a cluster gets really tight? What temperature does it have to get down to?
I would say below 45 degrees. Okay. I used to vape at 48, but then they would start kind of flying out a little bit. And then I started doing it 45 and they're loose, but you can still vape them. They're not going to come out though. And Brian, have you all watched some of Brian's stuff? Brian's got some really sharp
He's very thorough.
Very thorough, a lot of statistics. I want him to come on tonight if he can, because I like these. I got
Which Brian?
I got the link for these
Brian
clear
C.
Brian C. He's down there in West Tennessee, somewhere as close to a freaking airport. I can tell you that much. I don't know whether it's close to Nashville or Memphis, but anyway, he's got clear plexiglass inner covers, and like these, he's got insulated hives. You can open them up, take the insulation off. Hey, Philip, and
That's
you
not
can
bad.
watch. You can see the bees inside. You can see the moisture around the edges of that glass where it's condensed. The heat is coming up and then wrapping down and down the sides of the hives.
I would like to tell Brian C. He's got the plexiglass or Lexan or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's plexiglass. I think he said.
Yeah. You know, if you've watched any of my videos, some of mine I have the glass on top of mine. And the guy that builds those, he used to build the Lexan ones too. And he always noticed more of a moisture content on the plexiglass or Lexan than he did the actual glass.
You
So
mean
the glass is less insulating?
regular glass?
It's what do you call it? It stops the ultraviolet light. Is it laminate? I think of it when
UV,
UV.
low E or whatever.
Yeah, when you take the lid off, the bees don't even see the sunlight. That's what I'm trying to say. He's a window man. That's what he did for a living before he started his bee company. But
Because I was thinking about that with my glass hive with low E. I wondered if that would help
he
the R value.
he made those, and he made the Lexan ones, and he said he always noticed more moisture on the Lexan than he did the glass. I just thought I'd throw that
I
out
wonder
there.
what kind of glass. I would want to put regular pane glass in there. I would want more like that hard glass, whatever they call
Yeah,
it.
it's laminated, and I'm trying to think. It's almost like the glass these he does a lot of storefront windows and everything that blocks the UV light.
Because I've been doing a glass hive, and I noticed that I can see through the sides, but I really don't see in between the frames. They're so tight. Even if I had a camera, you can't see. You get a light on one side, and you shine it through, and it's either it's black because there are a lot of bees in there, but you really can't see what they're doing.
So
I think the
Brian,
top is better
You
view.
can shine a light. You can shine a light down through it.
Yeah, it just says you can't see because there's a lot of bees in the way, blocking the light. I think the top is the better view.
Oh, he don't make 8-frame. Okay, I thought he did.
no, he doesn't make glass ones
Yeah.
in 8 frames. I just went to the website. I got to look at the email anyway. It's he makes 8 and 10 frame equipment, and but I think it's plexiglass or something like that
Who are you talking about?
from Brian C.
Oh,
Let me see if I can.
I think the glass is probably easier to clean without scratching it.
Well, go to beetlejail.com. That's where it's at.
Bee Gold Honey is the one that makes the one I'm talking about.
You say bee goat?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Bee Gold Honey.
They have a hole in the center so you can feed through it.
He makes 2 kind. He has, I can go grab one in a minute. I used to have one in here, but you can put 3-quart jars on down of the standard ones. The feeder, he has the feeder hose, or you can just leave them open. He's got screen in there, or you can pop the screen out and just put the empty jar there and let the bees come up in it and lay in it, and not lay in it, but put honey in there. He does that a lot too. And he's got another one. If you're going to do a lot of that, he's got I think it's 6 or 9 jars you can put in there and let them come up in it.
Yeah, I see it. That's the one that Dirt Rooster talked about.
Who's got the music going?
And I think them Charlie's kids are playing.
Not me.
Maybe mine. No, I don't know. It's worse music or kids playing.
Might be a TV in the other room. Hold on.
I'm amazed that Mike picks up the smallest sounds.
That's why they call good microphones.
Yeah, when I do videos, you can barely hear your voice, but you can hear the car drive by or that airplane that goes over 100 miles away.
You're actually pretty loud on my feed. I don't know about the rest of them, Frank.
Is it loudest?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you might
Yep.
turn it down a little bit. If everybody else is like me, it might just
It
be
went
my
away
feed.
right now.
Yeah, it's loud. Just mute it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, a Big Gold used to sell those. Date Ant used to sell them too. I think it was Date Ant.
I don't think I've ever heard of Bee Gold. Where are they out
Big
of?
Gold Honey. They're in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Yeah.
But
I see.
They're like a supply store.
yeah, they sell honey, sell bees, sell supplies. He builds his own bee boxes and sells them.
I don't think I'd be too much in the market for them if
Hey,
Brian
Randy.
tried it at $68 a piece.
What part of Mississippi is that?
You know where Hattiesburg is?
Yeah.
He's south of Hattiesburg on Highway 49.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Randy, how you doing?
Yeah, that's the one that Randy showed on his video here 6 months to a year ago. The one that Brian's talking about, it's at Beetle Jail, and it's plexiglass, and it's got a vent hole in the middle, which my main thing is I need to close that up, I guess, to keep the heat in. And then of course the notch, I close them up too. I don't want any of that stuff.
There goes them beat people. They won't come on here, but they got time to politic. St. Louis, that'd be a bunch.
So Philip's got a bucket list on his left.
What's that?
Philip's got a bucket list on his left.
Yeah.
Are you breaking up real bad?
It's on your left.
On your right.
Yeah, it's on my right.
That's not very polite of you to eat in front of us anyway. You're making me hungry. I'm gonna have to go get
That
something to eat.
Yeah, that was my ice cream. Sorry about that. we had my son took the leftover smoked turkey from Thanksgiving to make gumbo. Well, that was good.
Yep.
Yep.
My mama says it's only good if you like it.
How many stairs you got made, Philip?
I finally tonight got my shop kind of straightened up enough where I can get started tomorrow.
So did you? How big are them cases for Cayman he need?
They're well, he wants a bunch of them, but I'm only obligated to do 5. But they're 4 feet long and about 30 inches tall.
It's not too bad. Hey, Pete.
How you gonna get them? How you gonna get them to Nobby?
I'm gonna drive them over.
Now you're gonna have to come early too. Get them there on time. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know that I'll be there in time for that shindig. So I wasn't gonna take it.
I only got 4 tickets left there.
I know. I may just be out I may just be tapping on the glass.
Yeah.
Let me in.
No.
Let me in.
There's overflow. There's some overflow area there.
If you get your tickets late, they're double the price.
Looking in off from the
You gonna be
outside.
late? You gonna be late getting there, Philip?
Well, I typically, last year I came in, the day of the thing started. I got there right before. What time did they let everybody in last year?
Thursday at 12:30.
Okay, because I got there just before they let everybody in. and I snuck in because I was.
You
doing
need
that.
to, you need to leave a day. I mean, how many days does it take you to get from Texas out here to?
That's what I
Kentucky?
think.
It takes a good full day.
Yeah.
Well, you just leave an extra day early, and then you can get here, drop your load off at the show, and then you can hang out with all the rest of us, almost 50 some people.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm getting 2 free tickets and getting my hotel paid for. So I'm not totally free.
I was gonna say, I don't think last year they opened till the morning early, didn't they? They didn't open midday like they're doing this year for the first day.
So Rooster, you got 4 tickets to the Navi or to the dinner? Because I can get you
Nice.
4 free tickets to the dinner.
He got 4 tickets from the dinner.
Oh, he went and bought the last 4. He's like Ticketmaster. Rooster is.
Scalping them now.
No, I sent him the link.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
I hope the pizza's good.
Yeah.
It better be for what we're paying for it.
I wasn't gonna accept any free tickets to the expo for Randy. You'd be working his booth the whole time. Of course, I hung out over there enough. He should have put me on the payroll.
Yeah, all the cool people will be there.
Yeah, that's
Watch
where I
yourself.
hung out.
For
I
all
can
the
get there early enough.
We even did
politicians will be.
a pepper tasting one night over there. Randy
Well,
wouldn't eat them.
Nancy's going to be there. She's going to be in charge of a honey tasting or honey swap type thing, and all that. So we're going to be doing that. So instead of us giving out honey to everybody over there at the show, and I know my shoulder just about killed me dragging that briefcase with all that honey in there. So I'll be giving out honey at the party.
No, I'm not telling you, I'm not a politician. I don't need the politic.
So they had opened the doors at 12:30.
Yeah, that's when the gates open up.
On Thursday.
12:30 on a Thursday. That's what
Now
it
you
was.
you say gates. You mean the doors to the building?
The doors to the
Yeah.
building. You can't get into the building unless it was 12:30. You had a
How-
line.
How long it
quarter
took?
mile.
How long it took to get everybody in?
I
Couple
think they did
minutes.
1,000 people in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it didn't take no time.
Pretty quick.
It was fast
Yes, you-
because
They had
That's
several
great, yeah.
tables laid out there, and they were handing you your
Everything's in
Tag.
alphabetical
Every time you walk
order, where you go to your table with your last name, and there's your tag and your lanyard, and then the person would give you a bag of goodies and all that stuff. Cayman's got it. He's got it worked out. That was one of the things he was talking about. What was it, Tuesday night, Joey?
yeah.
He had about 30 some people there working just the gate alone.
Tuesday.
So if I get there around 1:30, I could just walk right in.
Yeah,
Don't have to wait
That's
in
late.
line.
that's late. You're late.
Did you guys get like drone frames last year?
I walked right in anyway, Brad. I showed cattle down there for years. I knew where the back doors were.
Oh, okay.
I was in there before they even opened the front doors.
Frank, they got pink frames. They're regular screws.
Oh, they're regular. I was wondering how they worked out. Any better?
I saw where somebody said they worked out good. I think Akert provided those. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Acorn had them. They were for. I asked them about it, and I got 1 or 2 of them, and
You want to peek?
they were for breast cancer. Is what they were for.
You went out?
But I snuck in because I got there a little early to help set up the little table for Hives for Heroes, and
Yeah.
so I had them sneak me in, and then that was cool because I got to meet like Fred Dunn and I think Mr. Ed too before they opened the doors. A few of the superstars, Brian, and anybody that was vending had been, but then when everybody else came in, I'm standing around without a lanyard, so I said, oh, I better go back out and walk back in like I'm supposed to. So when I did that, I did just what you were saying, Brad. It probably wasn't 30 minutes after they opened the doors. and there was
Mm-hmm.
nobody in line. Just walked right in.
I got me a little pull
Yeah, I
buggy.
got to meet Lee. Yeah, I left that out. I was saving that. That was most important. To get to meet Lee.
The first time I went to Nabi, which is the only time I've ever been, was 2 years ago, and I was buying stuff from this booth and that booth, the little odds and ends,
Yeah.
and I was walking around with arms full of stuff. So this year I got me a little wagon. That's one of them little collapsible wagons,
Mm.
that
I
you
was
can
gonna say, is it
unfold out.
red?
Yeah, well now Nobby takes and supplies you with all that. Actually, Hilco does.
Well, that's those push carts like to take out to your vehicle. But
Yeah,
I'm talking about like while you're walking around from boot to boot to boot,
yeah.
where you don't have to carry.
Some of them they won't let you go out in the lobby with buggies.
Yeah. Well,
Make sure
I
it's
talked to
proof.
a couple of people and they said they used the little foldable carts and they said that was okay as long as you didn't have like a big wagon or something.
Yeah.
So Lee was talking about when I met Lee, we was on the phone and talking about, okay, where are you? And they were walking closer to each other. And I saw him, but I didn't think that was him because I didn't know he was that tall. So then I heard somebody on the phone saying, well, I'm right here. And I said, oh, well, that is him. I didn't recognize him without a box around his head,
Yeah. But
Dirt Rooster, y'all just come on in.
Come on in, the water's fine. He's uglier. Lee's uglier in person. I don't know if that's possible. No, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
I'm having a hard time reading my computer for some reason.
Put your glasses on.
I got them
What are you
on.
showing there,
Oh.
Jason?
I think I need to throw these away and get some more out of the flowers.
Is that a cracker, JW? Make him disappear when you put it up to the screen.
That's your cheese.
Ah, that's that disappearing cheese. Make it disappear.
Cheddar cheese.
Well, we had market this morning, and it was started out raining and cold, and then it turned out to be still cold, but a great day. So it was really good. Got 2 more left.
Lee said he's not going to the Nabi.
nah, he's gonna
Yeah,
go
he
climb
took
a
out.
mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude, he must like rocks.
And then I heard he's gonna go and climb the Golden Gate Arch or whatever it's called.
Well, I won't text her,
Yeah.
Randy. Let her know.
Changing the subject, any of you Southern boys, how'd that Texas Georgia game turn out? Anybody know? Or yeah,
Oh, that's a great question. I don't even know
any of
that.
you guys football fans?
I know that.
Yeah, but I didn't watch anything today.
Georgia was pretty much ahead. I was for Texas, but
I usually watch it on replay.
I think Georgia won.
I was ahead pretty good.
Lee, I thought you was going this year.
No, Charlie said he's going to climb a rock.
Okay. Maybe I knew that and just forgot.
How about Bob? Is Bob going?
I don't know.
Oh, you talking about Walker?
Going.
Yeah.
The way I understand him, he's talking, he wasn't going to be able to. That could change, knowing.
I think that new job might be holding him back. Charlie, is Bob Walker going to the Expo?
I don't think so. I don't know. He's kind of turned off on Nobby.
Thank you, Miss Hope. Thank you.
He's thinking about maybe going up to Manitoba and freeze his butt off.
Going up there for what?
He went up there this year.
Oh,
Up to the big meeting up there with him and Cayman and Brad and all that. I mean, what little bit of weather I seen up there, I ain't no way. 50-mile-an-hour winds and blowing snow, and forget that.
It gets a little on the chilly side up there too, about the 5th of February. Like 45 below Fahrenheit.
Yeah, forget that. I get it, when it's 20-some degrees here, it's enough for me.
Shoot, when it gets to 20 degrees around here, we shut down everything. Schools,
Does
hospitals.
it actually get that low?
Yeah, well, a couple of days during January.
Yeah.
In the
It was
freezer.
29 a couple mornings ago.
Yeah.
But 29 here, we still don't freeze. It don't stay cold long enough to freeze anything.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, when it gets in the mid-20s, the only things running is the sand trucks for all the bridges.
Yep. Shoot, 25 degrees, they break out everything. Salt, sand. Because them cages can't drive on
For
no
what?
ice.
What, you got ice or something down there? What?
Yeah.
It ain't snowing.
Yeah, but
It's usually the bridges. Bridges ice up.
when we get a little bit of ice, man, we'll be all up in the ditches.
Yeah, that's for sure. You want to get off the road down there, Charlie, if they get a quarter inch of snow or a little ice.
Well, ice, I mean, I don't like, nobody likes ice. I mean, you can't do anything in that stuff.
Well, that's what we usually get. If we get something, it's ice, because it'll start out raining, and then in comes the cold weather and freezes everything like a solid block of ice. And for 3 days, we can't go nowhere. And then that'll be our winter. Or it comes a freezing rain, and then all the branches and the trees get frozen and start breaking and knock down the highline wires, and then we out electricity, and
Been there, seen that.
yeah.
Randy was up in the arch. I didn't know that. I've seen that on a History Channel that there's actually a monorail train or whatever. It goes up inside the arch.
It's on like an angle that forms the arch on the different cars. And then you look through these small little peepholes. They look like, where you'd shoot out through a truck in a.
Like crawling into an Alka-Seltzer tablet, but it's a round deal. Looking like. You don't want them if you're claustrophobic, I can tell you that.
All right. Or maybe not
They
that.
let you in groups, and they move out the whole group because it's tight.
Hey, homesteading. Welcome.
And when we went to see the arch, they actually were discontinuing the parking in the public park. They decided they wanted everybody to park in the city, and so they'd shop there as they walked through town to go to the arch to see it. So they'd help boost the sales and stuff.
Don't everybody say something at the same time.
I'm looking up. That's Steve there at the Homesteading Avenger.
So does anybody fly to Nobby?
fly. Nancy
My,
is.
my arms would get too tired.
I'm driving a Ford. Is that close enough?
I'm gonna be driving a Ford too. I ain't bringing no rope either. So all you Chevy people have your vehicles fixed.
Yeah.
I ain't bringing no rope, no chains to be hauling y'all around.
I keep a tow rope under the seat of my truck all the time, just in case somebody has to pull me. I keep jumper cables, a tow rope, a booster box, sometimes extra water.
I had a GMC work truck, and that was the worst truck. It just ruined me from GMC or anything like that because it was constantly giving me trouble.
Really?
Yeah.
I got
Parts
stuck in a driveway with one of them babies. I couldn't go to reverse. I got down the driveway, but I couldn't get out.
the sway bar. I was driving down the road, brand new truck, HD 250 or 2500, whatever they call them. Driving down the road, and I heard some metal clang, 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 clang. I'm like, what the heck? And the steering felt a little funny. Well, the sway bar on the left side fell off. Okay, I didn't know what it was, so I brought it to the place where we got the vehicle, the work truck. And he goes, "Man, you know you lost the sway bar?" I said, "This is a brand new truck." The next week,
Don't make sense.
after they fixed that side, the one on the right side fell off. I don't know, the guy had a bad day who was putting them on, but they didn't stay on the truck. But regardless, I brought it back in the third week, and I told the guy, the little guy at the mechanic shop, on the GMC lot, I said, "Something's wrong with this truck." I said, "Look how black." It was a white work truck. I said, "Look how black the bumper is." I said, from the mouth. He goes, "Oh, well, you're gonna have to get used to that. Them diesels do that." I said, "This is a gas engine." I said, "This ain't no diesel." I said, "This is a gasoline. This is a
Oh.
gas hog." He says,
I
"Oh,
can't-
well,
I
we'll
can't
put it
really
on the
knock-
machine."
It wasn't a GMC, but it was a Chevrolet. I got Dad's Chevrolet after he passed away. It had like 40,000 miles on it, and when I sold it to a boy I worked with, it had nearly 300,000 miles on it.
Hmm.
So I can't complain about the Chevy too bad. I like to joke about them because I'm driving a Ford right now. But
I guess when you get a lemon, it don't matter what kind you get, you just get a lemon.
yeah, from having being over the mechanic shop at that prison for 27 years, I seen it in the Dodges or Rams. They changed years ago, but they used to be Dodges, and then they turned to
Mhm.
Rams. But they had their bad years, and then the Chevrolets had their bad years, and the Ford, well, some of the Fords had their bad years, but
Yeah, them 6.3 diesels, I had a couple of them. It wasn't worth a quarter,
yeah.
but I'm a Ford man. I've got diesels now, diesel Fords now, but them 6.3s, they were junk.
I think everybody said that about them.
Yeah.
What about the Ford? What'd you say, guys?
The Ford with the 6.3 diesels, 6.3 liter diesels, when they was making those, they were junk.
I got that 6.0 out there. It's a piece of junk.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. We just got it back, and it wouldn't. You could push down the accelerator, it wouldn't go. It just sit there and idle. Had it towed in. Guy kept it for a while. Checked it, and that's all he works on is Ford diesels, and that's his expertise. And he said, "I can't find nothing wrong with it." I mean, previous to that was a new computer, and I don't know. We spent probably $10,000 to $15,000 on that darn truck. It was used, but
That sounds like your main computer still when that. If
That's
that
what
computer,
That's what I say.
it's getting a false signals that wanting to it shut her down. They only run so fast when there's something seriously wrong with them, you know.
Well, what it didn't put any codes out. That was the problem. And then she said that the PCM, you can't buy a brand new one. You got to buy, a rebuild or aftermarket or whatever they call it
Yeah.
in order to get it.
Reflash it.
Well, I had a John Deere tractor that away last year, Charlie, and the main computer went out of it to the tune of $7,800. And I come down and put on a new one, and it ran about 5 hours, and it went out. But they stood behind it. They didn't charge me for another one, but so you may have the same situation. I mean, even though that computer's new in there, don't mean that it's all right. It may be.
Right. I took it up. I had a load of wood on it. I said, and it was that day. It was cold and wind, 40 mile an hour, And I'm like, you know what? I ain't going too far away from home today with this damn thing. So I went up the road about 3 miles and to this guy's house and came back without any problems. I said, today is not a day to be broke down on the side of the road. So, Steve, Homestead Avenger, are you a truck driver? You said you drive 2,000 to 3,000 miles a month.
Must be.
He'd do that a week, wouldn't he? If he wouldn't, if he was a.
I guess it would be a week. I guess he's not a truck driver.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I ain't
Not like
11
Mark.
miles for a truck driver.
Work on robots.
Work robots in different houses. So is that the robots for doing surgical procedures? You're allowed to come on, Steve, too. All you got to do is click the link up in the top of the scroll thing, as long as you got a camera.
Yeah, we got room.
We got room.
And a working mic.
I seen you on Cayman's show tonight. Brian, you heading out? All right.
He's in the bed.
Yeah.
He's in the bed. Well, you can come on my show on Friday nights, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. Just take and subscribe to me.
Oh.
Oh, anyway, where's Darren? I missed the old.
Make it bigger.
So Charlie, you got anything special you want to buy at the Expo?
Well, I've got a couple fume boards ordered through Miller Bee Supply. I've got a quart jar of the what's it called, Honeybee Go, ordered or paid for. What else? I got 20 pounds of pollen patties ordered through Cayman.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know he had put that out already.
It's up on the Nobby Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
And that's about it. I mean, I got 2 cases of frames through Bill at Shenandoah Bee Supply.
The plastic frames?
Yeah. Acorn, triple wax.
Did y'all
like
see the
those.
video John put out and had that little refrigerator / warmer, honey warmer?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't buy that refrigerator for that price. Or I hadn't found one. They're usually about $1,000 with that glass front.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good buy.
Yeah, it's just a little too small for me.
Yeah, but I've been wanting to I gave my granddaughter the little one I had in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved my ice maker in here because it's the ice maker we used to have as a camper. So that's what I do here. Drink a lot of ice water, but or Pepsi. But
I've been
I used
I've
to
been
just
watching.
keep the Pepsis in it, you know.
Oh yeah, I've been watching on Marketplace. I'm trying to find me one of those glass. Somebody on here has maybe it's you, Joe. You got a glass cooler.
Coca-Cola. Right.
Yeah, Joyce got one of them.
Yeah, I want to try to find me one like that to make into a warmer.
That's it.
I've got two of them, Brad. I offered them to
It works
to
great too.
Brian out there, and they don't work. They won't cool or anything. They're both of them's got the doors on them. I wouldn't say they're tightest with it. We're you're not that awful far from me. What, maybe 500 miles, maybe. We're about
Where you at?
in Louisiana. I'm in the way southern part of Illinois.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's about I don't know, how far are you from Memphis? How far the south? How far down are you from Memphis?
Memphis?
Yeah, Memphis, Tennessee. 300.
Yeah, something like
See you
that.
later, Ron.
I'm trying to think. We took my daughter to a concert there, and I forgot how long it took us to get there. 10 hours?
Oh, surely wouldn't take that long with it. I can be to your place, I think, in 10 hours from up here, and I'm 300 miles north of Memphis.
I might be thinking of something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, we drove to Memphis, Tennessee, but I forgot how long it took us.
And where you at? Where are you at?
In central Louisiana.
Okay.
It's a Vols Parish.
Okay. Well, I know about where you're at.
I'm on the corner where the Louisiana boot makes the turn,
Yeah.
right there on the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
Around all them sugarcane farms.
That's right. They done swapped over from sweet potato to sugarcane. Man, them trucks stay on the road.
I got behind a lot of the cane cutters, I guess what they are. When we was going to the convention,
Mm-hmm.
I got behind several of them one time.
I didn't know Brian was on here. Brian, I'll try to get you a couple pictures of those things. They're just sitting out there. I'll never use them. There were one of them, I think one of them actually says Coca-Cola on it, like Charlie's, but I think it's a double door if I remember right. And I forget what brand the other one is. It was both, when they used people, they had them soft drinks in them, but the cooling units went bad on them.
Yeah. Right now I got a refrigerator, but I just wanted to get one with a solid front door.
Right where you can see in. Yeah.
Yeah. And just have one door instead of the upper and lower part.
I thought about asking John if he'd sell just a refrigerator.
I would sell them, Matt, if I've already promised Brian one of them. He said he might be interested in one of them. He'll have to get it home to Denver from that. But if he does it, well, you're welcome. You'll just have to come up this way and get them. You can, the price will be right. Nothing.
How about you, Joe? Are you gonna buy anything special?
All I bought right now on the pre-orders was some queen excluders.
Queen excluders?
Yeah.
I'm buying a solar wax melter and 2 big cases of plastic jars and a bag of pollen substitute right now.
Yeah, I got a bottling tank pre-ordered from Hilco, and some.
Which one did you get?
It's not the small one. It's the next one up, the 18 gallon. I think it's the
18
same.
19. I think mine's a 19. I think.
I think it's the same one you got, Joe.
Excluder's going for?
Yeah.
And Joey's looks bigger than that.
And that's a 19.
What's
Let's
the queen
see.
excluder's going for?
Well, they're going for. It depends on where you get them, but
I
where
think
you
they were
want
about,
wood,
about
where
$6.
you want wood,
Maybe.
metal, or plastic.
They were less than that. They were like $5.60, I think.
Yeah, that might have been it.
I don't know if it's too late to pre-order those. I know I'm gonna buy some. I'll get there early.
A lot of them are
Are they
cutting
metal
off
or
their.
plastic?
He's
They're
got
metal.
the metal ones.
For $5? Wow.
I bought 10 of those. They were about that same price last year. I bought 10 of them at Nobby, and then later in the year I needed more, and he had a free shipping if you bought over $100 or something. I ordered 20 more, and had them, and they work good.
So 5 is like the regular price?
Yeah, no, I didn't get them quite that cheap when I mail ordered them. I got them for I think I only got them for like 7 something. They were still very reasonable. They weren't 12. You know, the metal excluders have gotten to be $13, $14 in most places. But
I
I'm gonna
bought me.
buy. I'm gonna buy at least 20 at Nobby this year.
His
I
regular
bought me
price is $9.99. The sale price is $5.29.
I think that's less than it was last year. I think it was like $5.70 or something last
And they're stainless?
year.
They're
Yeah,
metal. I guess
believe
they
so.
are.
They're metal. They're metal. I don't know. Mine haven't rusted in a year, so who knows after that.
But that refrigerator he's using, he's got the warmer in it, and he's asked the Expo price is $5.49, and everywhere I looked was around $1,000 in the store for that glass front
Mm-hmm.
refrigerator that size.
I think I'll just get my refrigerator and put my Inkbird
Element.
on it, and for $60, I'll have it up and running.
That's what I got, Charlie. I copied you.
Yeah, I just filled up my put about 110 pounds of honey in my bottling tank this afternoon, and put a couple more buckets back down in the hot box. I'm about like Brian there, Flower Street. I ain't running out of honey anytime soon, but I'm gonna have to get some before next July. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
I'm
run
just
out.
about out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna run out by Christmas. Like if I have 2 more days like I did today.
Well, it's like yesterday. I had 2 guys come in, and both of them bought 6 pound, 3-pound jars that I have. I sold 4 of them yesterday. So that's what it seemed like to me. It seemed like they're starting to buy the bigger bottles. Used to be I'd sell a 3-pounder once a month. Now,
That's all I sell right now.
huh?
That's all I sell
3 pounds?
around here. Yeah, they want the and they want the glass jars. So I got to sell them in glass jars.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They don't
I
want
don't-
plastic. I don't know why.
I don't know. They want glass. They can bring their own glass.
they want the big jars for me too, but I told them I'm not selling them in big jars. Well, I've got such a little amount. So, but I sold 4 cases of honey today at the market.
Really?
I got 3 buckets left, and then I'm gonna be out.
So you sold at what? 48 pounds cases?
But two of the cases was 13.5-ounce jars, and one of the cases, actually maybe I sold 5 cases, didn't I? Can't remember 4 or 5. One of them was 15 ounce, and the other was 22 ounce. But yeah, and we sold a ton of those little samplers. I wanted to tell Brian at Flower Street he ought to do those the 2-ounce jars where they hold 3 ounces of honey. He ought to do those with he ought to make little taster sets of his cream honey. I bet that'd go over big time. People could get all the flavors. He could charge a premium for it. I'm going to end up selling about 9. I'm going to end up selling about 9.
There's little packets of honey that look like little ketchup packets. I guess they come in a little strip and they just shrink them, and they look like little ketchup packets.
Yeah,
Honey.
coffee
Yeah,
sweet
personal
packets.
Mm.
But yeah, hold on a second. I'm gonna go grab
Somebody had some of them at the Louisiana conference, or whatever you want to call it.
Hmm.
I can't remember who had them.
Are they good for handing out tasting, testing type things?
Yeah, but I think they were actually promoting the little machine that they used to put it in. Wait a minute.
Here we go. So there's 3 ounces of honey in those. That's the 3 kinds of honey I sell. Let me turn it where you can read the labels. 2 of them from Capel and 1 from Richland. And I sell that for $20. And I'm going to end up selling about 90 of these this year. And that comes out to, if you don't count the cost of the jars, it comes out to about $30 a pound. And
Do you size your own shrink wrap?
yeah, I do my own shrink wrap. But
Joey, don't forget to send him a bill for advertising.
Yeah.
if anybody wants to order it, you better get your order in early. Well, I think it's JW. I think it's that award-winning honey right there.
That's all
Does it come with-
gimmick anyway.
Does it come with free wrapping?
That is the wrapping.
Mine, or you wouldn't have won, buddy.
The only free wrapping you're gonna get from me is gonna go something like, well, you get your honey at the, and that's about all you get.
You know, I emailed those kids about 4 or 5 different batches of samples of my honey, and they never opened one of them. I give it all to Philip and Russell Koopman up there in Minnesota. Got all the glory. I got the shaft. That's what I got.
Yeah. Well, you can tell your customers you know somebody that won a honey contest.
Yeah, okay. Had to work.
What happened? They won a contest with your honey?
No, it wasn't my honey. I was kidding. I'd told Gunline up there. I don't know if you, Tim and Hannah Blake,
Yeah.
they're over. They had a little honey taste, and these guys sent in samples. I told them I was going to email them all my samples.
Did you see the Avengers going to be sending out goldenrod honey?
Yeah.
I'm thinking
That's
good
right.
luck.
Yeah, my fall honey sells really good. As a matter of fact, we sold 2 cases of that, all we brought. And I've only got about 2 cases left in the big jars, but I'm keeping enough of that so I can do the samplers next spring. And that'd be the only way they'll be able to get the fall honey is in the samplers. But yeah, Matt, I did go out there and clean out my shop to get ready to build those darn things tomorrow or start building them. But I had to work on Camus design a little bit. Hopefully we improved it. We'll see.
Was that on a napkin sketch?
No, what he sent me wasn't much more than that. But yeah, he had pictures. He basically had pictures of the unit they used, and then somebody had like held a tape measure up to all the different cuts, and they'd also traced some of them onto a piece of plywood and put the dimensions on there. But it was all in pictures. But I ended up redrawing that one, and I showed him ways we could improve it.
So are they going to be knocked? Are they going to be knockdown type of things? I guess.
Yeah, there's not going to be a screw in it. It's all going to be interlocking. Now, the ones they use now.
Are they gonna, were you going to just snap them together type of thing?
You know, I don't
the
have
secret's
it.
out.
It's on my work computer. It's on my work computer, but the ones they have now, they just cut a little 3/4 inch notch into the risers and then just slip the board in there. But I don't know how those things are staying up because they only are recessing it like a 1 inch on the top, 2 inches on the bottom for about a 7¼ inch shelf. And the way it's in there is if it's not perfectly tight, it's going to sag because it's being held, the shelf's being held just like a tiny
Right.
little pinch. So
Yeah, you got to
They make
wrap
it like
it.
a keyhole.
yeah, it's like that. I showed Cayman how we could push it back further and then cut that riser like you would a stair riser. And now we got now instead of rotating out here on the point of it, we've got it back, and it's not, even if it rotates a little bit, it won't go down in the front. So we made, and he approved all of it. We worked it all out. Did a Zoom meeting.
So, but how are you going to keep all that? How are you going to keep it together? With pins?
No, it's still just friction fits.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you got your risers, you got a frameworks, then you got your shelving.
Yeah.
But how do you keep them risers from falling sideways? I mean, you got to have some kind of structure there.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find my sketch.
Charlie got him moving.
Hold on a second, Charlie. I'll see if I can find it.
I didn't know whether you had like where you could put the board through, and sometimes they put a wooden pin. You know, of course, a little bit fancy, but or some kind of a latch.
Got to get him out of his chair.
Well, Charlie, you know how those Texicans are down there. He probably won't do a very good job of it anyway. Uh-huh. Must have made him mad. He left.
Still don't have pet insurance? This video will tell you what you must do.
I hear somebody's radio.
Yep, somebody's bleeding over again. Is that you, Frank? Yeah, Frank. Yeah, must have been. He met when he met.
No, I'm muting mine.
All right. Okay, so I don't have my drawing is at my.
You just muted yourself.
I don't have my drawing of the unit itself. I just did my cut plan and brought it home. But let me see if we can show it to you. So let's see. That's the riser, Charlie. And you see where
All
the
right, so
piece
you got a hook, some type of a hook thing.
It'll be like well, this way.
Other way. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
And that'll notch in, and then you see the treads. And the ones they have now don't do it, but you see I have got a little 1/2 inch notch in the tread.
Yeah.
That'll lock into the riser piece. That's not the way theirs works now. They don't have that little notch into the tread, but that'll keep the risers from you moving side to side. And then at the see that piece at the bottom there? That's what's gonna hold. That's gonna notch into. Let me see if I can show it to you. Yeah.
Basically, it's going to have it's going to be
right there,
like a key going in there.
Yeah, and then that's the piece on the bottom.
Yeah.
This piece right here.
Yeah.
Is gonna be notch in right here where that longer piece. No, I'm sorry, where the shorter piece. The shorter piece. The other side. And that's the top. That's the top that holds you back. But this piece is I can't think in reverse, but this piece holds is the vertical. It holds the.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it got like a wooden key there that it all locks in together.
Yeah, it should stay pretty good.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, that's a pretty high tech there, Philip. You're smarter than I'm going to give you credit for. I'm going to apologize.
you might be working too deep.
What is that? One of those computer? You got one?
I did draw that on the computer. Yeah. But I'm good for more than just a look at, JW. I've been telling you.
You're not just all good luck, huh? Well, congratulations. You did a good job. I'm kind of impressed. I'm really impressed, in fact.
Well, let's see if it works first. I got to build one. The concept works. We know that.
Now with all that Rudy Snood honey over there.
Let's put it this way. I'm going to build one first, and we'll see if it works. Then we'll go on to build the rest of them.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah. You know what's funny is while I was waiting on Cayman to get back with me to explain to him what I wanted to do, I did draw a miniature version for us people like me and Brian. We can build a little smaller one that's 2 foot by 2 foot or whatever to put on our honey stand, because it would be nice to have one that breaks down into just pieces. You could just snap it together.
Yep.
Maybe like a tabletop setup.
Yeah.
So what do you got, like a 3D modeling program? Or just,
I can't. My program can do 3D, but I mostly work in 2D. It's just I'm not as efficient working in 3D, and I think 3-dimensionally. That's part of what I do. So all I really need is something to help me make the cuts I need. I'm not trying to draw this up for somebody else to build.
Mhm. Like we lost Brad.
Yeah.
Yep. So hopefully that'll be Cayman will like it.
Yeah, we'll do those 5, or maybe, and I may do more. It just depends on if I have time. But then we'll work on him some more for next year. He wanted like 10 to 12. I think he wants to replace the ones they have now.
Well, get him the 5 or whatever, and then you can work on the rest of them for next year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But
It's kind of short notice.
yeah,
Did
I
Derek
think
Rooster just get caught?
I don't know.
What's that?
I said, did Dirt Rooster just get caught?
No, why? Him and EPC, Chris is talking.
Well, he said earlier that he was hiding out listening to us. He's probably supposed to be working on his booth.
So Dirt Rooster's not going to be walking around, I guess, huh?
Oh, he'll walk around. It's
Oh yeah.
Elizabeth
He's
and
the-
probably one other person will be. Lizzie's reading the book right now.
I think Mike's wife's gonna be working with him. I'm not sure. She usually does.
Yeah,
There's a lady I don't know. They don't usually have somebody working with him. Usually Nancy works the booth, but she's taken off this year. She wants to kind of enjoy the show.
Yeah,
I
I say
think
you get
Nancy
locked in
worked.
one place, you can't see it.
Yeah, I think Nancy worked a while, and then Mike's wife worked a while.
Yeah, I don't know who Mike who.
Mike Berry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Nancy worked at Hive Life and this past January's Nobby.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I've met now. Nancy's one of them that I didn't realize that she was working there. I think I saw her, but I didn't know that's who it was. And then I saw in Joey's pictures, he had a picture with JW. I didn't get to meet JW last year either.
Yes, you did. You forgot me. You did. Up to you.
Do I have a picture with you? Because anybody that approached me and talked to me, I took a picture with them. So I have to go back through.
Yep. Jennifer
You got-
worked with him last year too. Forgot about that.
I talked to you last year down there. I certainly did, young man.
You want somebody said
I'm
looked
pretty
at me and
easily
said,
forgotten. I'll admit to that fact. But we did talk.
somebody, maybe it was you, think it and said, "You're one of them talkers." It might have been you said that to me. I don't know.
JW, Mr. JW, I get forgotten all the time unless I do something wrong, and then nobody ever forgets that.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
That's the only time I'm ever remembered.
I'm pretty sure I'd never seen you on a chat before that last.
Well, I didn't do a lot of chatting up till about, I don't know, since last summer, maybe I started.
Yeah, Chris answered. I want to know whether Randy's brother was going to come up too.
So Philip, they came in to sneak you on stage once in a while.
Sneak what? On
He just
stage?
sneak you up on stage, yeah.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be what you call an in-houser. I'm gonna go back and look at my Nobby pictures, make sure I don't see JW lurking in the background.
I remember Joe and I's picture. I don't remember you taking a picture of me, but I certainly talked to you. I tried to talk to all Texicans.
We met some real nice fella from Canada. He took his no lifer picture with us. You weren't in that picture either, JW.
No, I didn't.
As a matter of fact,
I only stayed one day, I think, or about a day and a half. I left pretty early.
let's see. There's the no lifer picture right there.
Yeah, that's all the ugly ones.
And this
That's all
fella,
the good looking ones out.
it's always reversed, isn't it? This fella right by Joey. That was the guy that's from Canada. Do you remember his name, Joey?
Yeah.
Not right off.
But yeah, he was a nice fella.
Oh, you're out of focus.
Oh, what's happening?
I can't tell.
It went out.
Oh yeah, my battery's trying to save itself. That's why it went out of focus. It was probably dimming. Let's see here.
No, I don't know. Isn't that what's his name? He goes by
Didn't I have a picture of him in that video?
Senior Moments.
I think you did, Joey. Yeah.
Is it Shane?
Yep.
Shane Ziggy Bees?
No, it's not Shane Ziggy.
No.
He wasn't there.
No, that's not who I was thinking about. That
And
he
Jimmy,
just across the border there in southern Canada, if I'm thinking right.
Ontario?
Neighborhood Jimmy missed this picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know why it comes up focus and then it just gets washed out.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, I'm having a senior moment. I can't think of his name. I'll think of it in a minute. Maybe I'll get my mind off of it. The guy that talking about there. I think that's who it is.
Jason Seward?
No, he's got the name of his apiary is like somebody from the south. It's like
Hey, Melissa.
there's the ghost of Christmas past. There looks to me like.
See, this proves that I took a picture with everybody I met. That's him. I don't remember his name. I don't have his name tag in it. That's him.
That's the guy who's always eating ice cream online.
That's Sean. That's Sean Booters.
Yeah.
That's Jimmy and Sharon.
Yeah.
She's actually from Amite, Louisiana.
Originally, she is, I think.
Yeah.
There's the Tar Heel.
Yeah. Randy.
I didn't even want to take a picture with this guy. He jumped in the middle of the picture. I was trying to get a picture.
Who was
Let me
that?
show you who you didn't see that? Well, that's the other picture. Right there. That's Jeff. Mr. Ed.
God, is he
There
ugly.
you
Oh, that's you.
He jumped in front. He jumped in front because this is who I was wanting my picture with.
Jimmy.
Let's get
Yeah.
old
Good time, Charlie.
And now this right here is one of my favorites too. You know who that is, don't you, Joey?
Yeah, that's Dirt Rooster's brother.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what he had on his. Let's see. Yeah, let's see.
I've seen him, but it blurred up. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah, they see his name tag.
Yeah. Okay.
Dirt Rooster's brother.
Dirt Rooster's brother. Let's see who else is in here. Oh, did I say that was Tar Heel? I think that other guy wasn't Tar Heel. That's Tar Heel right there.
Yeah, that's Tar Heel.
That's Randy.
Yeah, the other guy was, I think, Jeff Butler.
I was fixing to say he looked different there.
Yeah, I think that was Jeff Butler. He donated some product.
So is Dirt Rooster's brother 627 or 629?
I don't
Who's
know.
that?
Randy's on here. He can.
Steve Jimenez.
Yeah, that's him in
You're
there.
blurring out so bad. Is that Steve?
That's Steve. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I think it focuses better if I turn my phone at an angle, but
Yeah.
that makes us kind of skinny.
Well, I see right now you've overlooked me. But I did talk to you down there. I can even tell you he's down there towards the.
I think he owes you an apology.
Yep. I'm hurt.
I am. I'm gonna buy you a muffin and a coffee. We're doing
I
that.
owe you a hamburger. Remember our bet?
That might break the computer right there.
Yeah, I know him too.
Dirt Rooster says he's 627.
Never. He's one of them there coonances.
I can tell you, Joey took this picture.
Yeah.
Remember that, Joey?
Yeah.
Joey took that picture.
Yeah.
Ah, look at there. Look at this. Look at them fine ladies.
Yeah.
And there's come on, focus.
Blurring out. Oh, that's yeah. That's Brian
Oh,
Coker. Or Betty.
That's Jason. Yeah, Jason.
From the Whisper
Oh, yeah,
Christian Shore.
that's a better picture of Jason.
Yeah.
And then there's a motley crew right there.
Yeah.
Paul and Ricky and Lee.
You almost have enough pictures that you can start your own Guess Who game, you know?
Yeah. There's Paul's better half.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut Paul out of there, see? It's just me and her. There's my buddy Tom. See there, JW, if I'd met you and talked to you, I'd have a picture now. Come on, you got me confused with somebody else.
No, I don't either. Never forget a face. I might not know your name, but I'll never forget the
There you know who them folks are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this one also might break the camera. You know who that is. Got another one.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Yeah, who is that guy?
It's one of them foreigners from out there in Colorado. Another one.
There's the how-to guy.
World
Yeah,
famous.
There's the how-to guy. There's a pair of Phils and a Joey.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another good one. I've kind of forgotten about that picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, old half tracks.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I forgot I took a picture with this.
Mm-hmm.
I was on my tippy toes right there, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
There's a Richard.
Richard Frenchman.
Oh yeah,
I
there's
don't know
a
if
good
he's
one.
coming this year.
Jimmy and
Miss
Sharon.
Jimmy and Karen.
Sharon, yeah. Ah, here we go. See, this was when I snuck in. You notice I don't have a lanyard on.
Yep.
In there with Fred and his wife.
Brenda.
Her name's Anita. What is her name? I forget her name.
I
Annette.
don't know.
Annette, I
Is
think.
it Annette? Yeah, something like that. And then
I think it's Annette.
the thing I couldn't get over about this guy, y'all know who that is, don't you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's Lawrence from the UK.
Okay.
He's got a few
What's the
good
name?
videos on honey creaming.
Yeah, he's tall. He's pretty tall, but he's got a tiny head. You see that little tiny head?
Mm.
I saw on one of his lives, he wears a stocking cap sometimes, and it's a woman's hat because it's the only one that'll fit him, his little tiny head. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites. Y'all gonna love this one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that
That's Dumb
picture,
and Dumber.
that picture I had of him in that video,
Uh-huh.
it took 10 shots
Yeah,
to
to get one right.
Yeah, he had me laughing. I was laughing so much. What happened with Tom and Melissa?
Probably had a car wreck driving and trying to talk at the same time.
No, we're just going through a low area. We lost connection. No car wrecks here.
See there, I couldn't find you, JW.
Okay, well,
This year.
you have to take 2 this year, so you won't
All right.
backdate one of them.
Phil, they're calling you the historian of Nobby in the chat here.
Yeah, that was a good time for sure.
John asked me the other day if I wanted to work with him a little bit. I said, no. I said, I'm going to be too busy talking to people.
You said John.
Yeah.
John
Hill.
John, we talking about. Oh, John Hill. Okay.
You wouldn't be interested in working, would you? I said, not really. I'd hate to get myself tied down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of looking forward to seeing everyone.
Yeah, you can do that, JW. Get there early. All videos.
And I saw.
Mill.
I don't remember seeing Brian, Pennsylvania. Was it Brian? Darren.
Darren? Yeah.
Yeah. But you said you had him in your video, Joey.
Yeah, he's in my video.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't get a picture with. I'm not even sure if I knew who he was until I got back with William at Dry Cut. We had dinner with him and Charlie and a couple other people. But I'm not sure I knew who he was until I got back and saw his video. Or I didn't time with being the same person. I'd seen Dry Cut in all the chats, but I didn't know that's who he was.
So I saw your schematics for the risers for the honey show.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that means you're coming now, huh?
It does. I don't know if I'm going to be there in time for pizza, but I am coming.
Seriously, Arkansas.
Did you measurements of what, or did Cayman give you measurements of what he wanted, or is it something that you came up with yourself and presented to him? You know what you thought would work.
Yeah, he gave me pictures and they had descriptions, and they weren't drawings, but they were pictures with like dimensions, and they showed measuring shapes up against them and all that. So what I did was I drew exactly what they have now, and then I started modifying it to improve it, and then that's what we ended up with. So that the heights of everything and the offset of the steps will be exactly like they are now, but the part that holds them up will be different.
Good night, Randy.
See you later, Randy.
I mean,
Well, that'll be cool.
what they have there now works for them, obviously, because they've used it for years. But when I looked at it, I told Cayman, I was like, man, I hope nobody bumps into that thing when there's stuff there like this. That'd be a mess.
Yeah. So what they're using now, is that something that the Honey Training Council owns?
Yes,
or is that
they do
something
own
that
it.
Cayman has?
Yeah. Well, see, they bring
The
it.
Honey Training Council owns it?
Yeah. Yeah, they own it and they bring it.
Okay.
And the reason they want Cayman to provide any extras is because they don't do another show that big, so they don't want to have a bunch of extra equipment that they're responsible for. You know, that they'll only use once a year.
If they're only going to be.
Yeah. So Cayman will have these and keep up with them and own them, and they'll just add them to theirs.
Hey, Philip,
Isn't
how
that
many
big,
bottles
huge
of honey
display that we see every year?
do they?
Hold on. I get two questions.
Say you.
All right, Philip. Hey, how many bottles of honey do they typically display on one of those riser units? Did he tell you?
He didn't say, but they will. I think, you know, I think you're required to submit like three bottles. Is that correct?
No. What I'm asking is the wooden riser that you are building.
Yeah.
They probably have an idea of how many 1 pound bottles they will display on that one riser itself. Did he tell you what that was?
He did not tell me how many go across it, but those pieces are 4 feet long. And they put 3 front to back, which I think is one person's entry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
3 bottles.
Yeah.
So if you enter it, yours are like 1, 2, 3 in a line on the same shelf.
3 deep. Yep.
Yeah, 3 deep. And however many, they're side by side for 4 feet, whatever that would end up being. Because I would assume they're like 3 inches wide and almost touching.
I guess the curiosity in me wants to know how many pounds of honey are sitting on one of those risers, you know?
Well,
A lot.
I would say what's 48 divided by, say, 3 or 4 inches there times 3 deep. That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
But the risers themselves are only spaced. They're spaced 3 feet apart, and the shelf overhangs 6 inches on each side.
Yeah. We're pulling in the garage, so it might get a little wonky here for a second.
You actually got clear there.
About.
I get the dome light on in the car.
Ugh. Yeah, there's light. Let there be light. Walk you guys inside the house. Yeah, we had our church's Christmas presentation was this evening. We had 4 nieces in the presentation, so that's where we were this evening.
Here.
See if we can log on to the laptop.
Grace, one cookie? What? One cookie? These are sugar cookies I got from that thing we got today. They're really good.
Everybody's very quiet now.
I'll tell you what though. I do wish I knew somebody that had a CNC machine that would cut that riser for me, because that'd make my job a lot easier.
Yeah, it was. Where'd you go? I lost you.
Ooh, more light. Ooh, more light. So what did everybody else do today? We had markets.
I did
2 different markets today.
2. Wow. I had 1.
Yeah. Yeah, we were at one, and then the boys went and did another one. It was at 2 separate. Well, one was a middle school, one was an elementary school. So
Not
the
me.
boys went one direction, and we went the other.
Well, we got so lucky. It rained a little bit right after we set up, not during setup, and then it didn't rain until it started sprinkling right as we were loading up, and then we got home. About an hour after we got home, the bottom fell out. So it worked out great for us with the weather.
Yeah. We had one of those this spring where the weather was beautiful all day long, and then like 15 minutes before the market was closing, torrential downpour.
Ah, that's
And,
horrible. You got to load up
like,
in that.
Yeah, and I mean, I was thankful that we have honey, right? The rain's really not going to hurt that because it's all sealed. But the lady next to us had so many. She was selling that like party light or Scentsy or some candle thing, and like all of her cardboard boxes were getting damaged. It was, oh my gosh, it was a mess for her.
Wow. Well, we were on the chat. I guess it was about a week ago. I don't know if it was this one, but you guys were saying don't do like club type things. I think you were saying that, something like that. It's just not worth your time because we actually did one of those on Wednesday. You were right. Don't do those.
What do you
It
mean a
wasn't
club?
terrible. It was like meeting type things,
Oh,
or convention type things. I think they were talking about. You guys were saying that, and we did the Capel Women's Club annual meeting. It wasn't terrible. I think we made, or Noah did. I wasn't there. My son did it all, but he did $450 or 470 or something like that. It
I
wasn't terrible.
sold 26 pounds a day at my big operation. I was trying to show you my my big display from my farm market, but I couldn't get it to come up.
Might have to hold it at an angle.
I tried it.
Yeah, I think you got to turn your background off.
I don't have it on.
Well, you got that dog behind you.
hold on, it's me. It's me. Hold on, sorry.
Melissa's jacking up the program.
I don't usually come in through
Yeah,
the
I see it.
YouTube side. I just go straight StreamYard, but
Yeah,
I did.
there it is. That's my
There
big
it is.
display.
Yeah, look
Boy,
at
that's
you.
nice.
I sold
That is
26
nice,
pounds there
DW.
today.
That's nice stuff.
That is some fancy schmancy table you got there.
Yeah.
That's my big fancy farm market display. They took, I had they took 9-quart jars today. I couldn't hardly keep them filled up. I'd go up there and they'd be gone, and I'd go back up there. And I was making telescopic lids back there with my saw, so I didn't hear them come in and go. And I'd go up there and check it, and of course, if they gone, I'd go fill 2 or 3 more, stick them out there, and go back, and they were gone. So I sold 9-quart jars today.
Were they leaving you money?
Pardon me?
Were they leaving you money or just taking them?
Well, yeah, I got all the money today.
You're doing good then.
Sometimes you can't trust those folks on the dirty side of the river.
One bad apple, you can't. I don't hold out against people. I actually ended up getting the license plate off of that deal. I found the car. They I don't think the law enforcement's going to do anything with them.
And
Yeah.
you can't get the darn.
Your son selling the honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That thing.
How many across is that?
The risers there worked out nice, and that was a beautiful little wall of honey. But it,
Was that
you know,
14 across?
all of our gift baskets. No, I don't know how many that is. About 8. But so we decided, because the gift baskets were down on the table, we decided.
Here's our
reverse
boys
that.
selling honey today.
Yeah.
All right.
Couple hippies. Look like a couple hippies there.
No,
And how
man, you
empty
saw
was
my-
it when you're done?
You saw my son's hair.
All three of them
How
are
empty
hippies.
was that table when you were done?
So we come on, camera. And what? Let me try something else here. That work.
Tip it forward. See if that helps.
Yeah, tip it down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Now
It's
you're
about to
getting
go
them there.
off when it gets light. Like the thing is, it's the bright. You know how could if I knew how to use the phone, I could turn the brightness down on it.
Yes.
What's up, Curly?
All you gotta do is go to your settings.
Hey, did you ever play guitar for Guns N' Roses? No. You sure? You need to get a top hat. You look like the guitarist for Guns N' Roses. Slash.
All the teenagers
was my-
walked into our house. Sorry.
That's my. Who are you talking to? Your sons? Or are you talking about my son?
No, no, no. I'm sorry.
My son in the picture looks like that for sure.
It's actually
he kind of does.
our nephew's buddy. Like 6 teenagers just walked into the house. So Brian said he has 2 markets this weekend also, and both of ours were pretty good. But preparing for 2 markets in one weekend in one day, that's a lot of work. For the last 2 days, I poured and molded candles. This is 2 days worth of making candles. So yeah, that was a lot of prep work this week.
On the
Yeah,
positive
somebody's
side of
busy.
things, though, I will say this, JW, we made enough money this weekend that I'll be able to pay you to be my friend for another month. So,
You made $7,000.
well, maybe my math is not right. I got a down payment for it. How about that? I'll be able to be your friend for a few days, or you'll be my friend rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all later.
Hey, Charlie.
Gone, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm going.
Hey, where you going, man?
All right,
The
have a
party's
good
just getting
night.
started, buddy.
Yeah, I know it's 11:30 almost here.
Oh, you'll be all right. Hang out for another 2 more hours. What's 2 hours of sleep?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, you can sleep when you're dead.
What was that from, Philip? That picture you were
That
just
was
showing
that was from today.
today?
Let me let it. Yeah, let me let it go ahead and get. Let's see. Yeah, usually I'm able to angle it and you can actually see what's going on, but I don't know
Yeah.
what's happening.
It's not picking that one up as good, is it? I can see the long dark hair though. I'm pretty sure he could pass as Slash.
Wow. Yeah, but I did a community post on YouTube but see that sculpture on the side of my thing there? There you go.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, that was a bear to load in and out of the truck. That's just a little modern sculpture that's in that park. But yeah, we decided on this for this one. Oh, come on, to put our gift baskets on the risers, and it paid off. And we went pretty hard on the candles too. We had like 35 candles there, and sold about 10 of them.
Hey, Philip, what you need to do, and I think all of us that post anything to YouTube, what we should do is maybe take a short video of how we set up the tables at markets and kind of, maybe have some kind of description of, like the riser you have there, maybe some brief dimensions of what you've got. because we may be able to help each other out understanding, what we're looking for. And, because it's always a trial and error thing, I feel like,
You want
you're
mine
trying to
first?
find- Yeah. What's yours?
My display first.
Yeah. You do yours too. All right. I feel like I can handle yours.
DC says to be your friend for only 10%.
Well, heck yeah. Man, I'm gonna get these kids out there making me more money, I'll be able to get all kinds of friends.
But when I checked today, our breakdown, a third of our sales was not just wet honey. It was gift baskets or samplers or lip balm or candles.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first time that's ever happened where we sold a lot of other stuff. Maybe people buying Christmas gifts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Melissa made up some little trio 3-pack of the 8-ounce Muth glass jars, and it has our extra light, which is probably more like the black locust, and we have kind of a clover honey as far as like maybe just a very, very light amber, and we have what I would consider maybe a medium to dark amber. And then she put them in a trio pack, and then put all that fake jazz in there and some little boxes with some little tie things that she had done. And those actually moved pretty well. We normally extract, light and dark, but we had, I think, maybe 20 or 25 gallons of black locust. So we kind of pulled that aside, and we didn't put it in any bottling tanks, kind of held it back. And then we were only selling that in gift packs. So she had a handful of them she brought to the one that my boys set up at and the one that we had. And we sold all but one in each location. So actually there were some people that really wanted that black locust, and I told them, I'm like, this is the only way you can buy it. So they bought a $40 gift pack to get it. So we were pretty thrilled about that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, my gift packs aren't quite that much, but I was telling them before you guys got on this little sampler thing. I'm on track, and I'm selling these at $20 a piece. Those are 3 ounces in each jar.
Oh, nice.
And I'm on track to sell about 90 of those this year.
No kidding.
You know what P.T. Barnum says about that, don't you, Philip?
What's that?
For the fool born every day.
Well, you know what? I don't feel bad about anything we do, because I know there's people out there that have actually bought the pet rock and the chia pet. So you know what? If you're buying that stuff, I don't really feel bad for you,
I don't know. I agree on the Chet Pet Rock, but the Chia Pet's okay.
So Philip, I'm going to do something similar with a small crate like that, but it only fits 2 3-ounce jars in. But I'm going to do our bourbon barrel honey and then that extra light black locust honey and sell that, I think, for $15. Because usually those little 3-ounce ones, we sell those for $5 a piece. But it'll be the bourbon barrel honey and the black locust, which we don't usually sell in that small amount. So I'm going to sell those for $15.
Yeah. I sell these 3 for $20 and get it pretty easily. Now, what I did notice, go ahead.
No, it's okay. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, what I did notice is I have gift sets now with, this is there's 9 ounces in this one. Okay. I have gift sets with that. And by the time I put a candle and lip balm, it comes up to about $25. Mm-hmm. And I have gift sets with this one, which is 6 ounces of honey in it, with the smallest candle, which is the little scalp or the little pine cone, and lip balm, and I sell it for $20. And this one, we almost sold out of this one, and we only sold one of this one. People are just looking for that. And that $20 mark was that's what they wanted to buy for a gift for somebody. $25, it wasn't worth it to them, so they were picking the smaller one almost every time.
Yeah, well, that's good to know too.
It's fine with me because I'm moving the lip balm and the candle, which is what I'm really wanting to move more than the honey. And I'm able to get more jars, of this sold with the small amount of honey I have left. So I'm perfectly fine with that. The only thing I'm not fine with is I've built enough boxes to do all of these, and now I got to get busy building the smaller boxes for these. I have an excess of these that I probably don't even need anymore. But
Yeah, that's good to know about that. You said, people are dropping 20, but they don't want to drop 25. I think that would
I don't
make
know
a
if
big
my green
difference.
screen's gonna let y'all see this or not. That's
I don't know
Jeff,
that it's drop. I don't. Yeah, that's who.
No,
Just
Jeff and Laurel Thomas, the
tip
the
top towards the
honeycomb
end.
poke.
Tip it forward.
Drop in a little bit, Joey.
Is that the honey spoon people?
oh no,
Yeah.
your green screen is taking it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see if I can download it.
Yeah, post
Did you
it
say that?
on the screen.
Did you say that was the honey spoon people?
Yeah,
Okay.
Hannah Bees.
Well, yeah. I don't
Something
know,
like that.
Tom, if they're not willing to spend the 25, but I think they're just picking the 20 over the 25,
Well, I
even
think
though it's got a good bit less product in it.
Yeah.
I think sometimes too it might be for like either a teacher gift or a white elephant thing where there's like that
Right.
$20 price cut off, you know.
Well, it's a
Yeah.
good round number too.
Yeah.
20's a more
Everybody
round
has
number
a
than
$20
25.
bill in there
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah, sometimes when people are buying stuff at our booth and they hand me, maybe they spent $30 or something like that, and they hand you a 40 and be like, "All right, what else you want for $10?" And believe it or not, believe it or not, some people will respond to that and they'll finish spending that $10. I mean,
Oh, really? Wow.
absolutely. You say it in kind of a joking manner and be like, all right, well, hold on. You got $10 left of this 40. What else do you want on the table? Can I offer you this, that, or the other, and you give them a couple ideas. And I'm telling you, probably, I don't know, 40 or 50% of the time, at least, people will finish it off.
Yeah.
I guess once they've released the money, it no longer means as much to them. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure what, or if they feel put on the spot. I'm not sure.
JW, we
Right.
sold probably close to 40 bottles of that bourbon honey today.
All right.
Just like I said, there's a fool born every day.
All right. So I want to follow up with this question for you. How many of those pet rocks did you buy in the 90s? Or how many of those chia pet heads did you get?
I bought none. Actually, my youngest son, who's now older than you, he's 52.
Uh-huh.
The neighborhood ladies, they come to the wife, our house, and he was going around when he was about 4 years old, and the little old neighbor girl, and they were picking up rocks and taking the wife's fingernail polish and painting them rocks and going around knocking on doors. The women all thought it was cute, this little old 4 or 5 year old boy and girl was going around. They was
Selling rocks.
and they were selling pet rocks,
So did people buy them?
He picked it up. Yeah, people will, women, he'd go.
Bought from the little kids. Of course they did.
Yeah, little kids, they'd buy off of them.
That's fun.
Little did they know JW was the mastermind behind it.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't have nothing to do with it. I seldom ever home back then. Gone about all the time. Well, I said neighbor ladies was all talking and come to the house and laughing,
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Here, I'll give you guys a side by side of the two different. I don't know if
We got to start charging, Joey. I'm telling you.
far enough back.
I can't help you right now. I'm in another screen.
But let's see.
Is that a candle, lip balm, a dipper, and
Yeah.
one
this
of
is
the jars is bigger?
Yeah, this has got the bigger jar. It's got a bigger dipper and a bigger candle. The only thing that's the same is the lip balm.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Melissa and I have downstairs a few years ago. I bought her. What is that thing called? That wraps. It's like a saran wrap type thing. What is that?
The shrink wrapper.
Yeah, I bought her a shrink wrapper thing, and it's got a little hot. I don't know what you
Cutter
call it.
thing.
It's got like a little hot cutter thing, and she can wrap up her soaps and different things like that. And the material that I got for her, the lady who did a bunch of YouTube soap making videos that she was watching years ago was kind of talking about different things that she used, and this was some little small commercial application deal. And I bought it from Melissa, and you could choose from several different types of I want to say shrink wrap for lack of a better term, basically.
Mhm.
And this one here had real tiny perforations in it that you couldn't even see, but so you could smell a product through there, like a soap, but
Really?
yeah. So I bought that but I don't remember, you said that it doesn't like shrink like it should or something
There
like
you
that.
go.
Well, it won't be. I don't know. I haven't used it. In a
Well,
while,
so anyway,
honestly,
I've said
either.
all that to say my question for you would be, is there a specific type of a shrink wrap material that you use on those gift baskets that you can use like a little, I don't want to say a hot gun, but a little, well, I guess basically a heat gun or a hair dryer or something to.
I use a $10 heat gun that I got at Harbor Freight for mine.
Yeah. But I'm asking
And
specifically the material that you're using to shrink
yeah,
wrap.
the shrink wrap that
National
Hold on.
Shrink Wrap is where I got it from.
the shrink wrap that I use is here. I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Okay.
Let me find it.
What would
But
happen
it
if you
does
just use saran wrap?
the
Happening
shrink
right
wrap that
now.
the shrink wrap that I use is really heavy, and it shrinks like 70%
Okay.
without tearing. But it's kind of, I say it's expensive, but I'm on my second year with the same roll, so it was like $60 for the roll.
Yeah.
So I think it's been well worth it.
So this is the that's the product that I have.
Right. Okay. So
And
how
if
does
you-
it cut?
That bar right there, that
Yeah.
melts the plastic together
So-
and cuts it at the same time.
So that orange wrap
you-
that you see there is actually the hot mat that you put it on. And then as you pull it off
Okay.
those rollers, you can use that bar with the little electric line on it. Is basically, it cuts it with like a heat type.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, mine's right here. Let me turn the camera and I'll show you how mine works. See here, let me get set up just a little bit.
But they sell different types of film. One of them has those small perforations like Tom was talking about.
Yeah, mine
So
certainly
you can
doesn't have
smell
that.
through it.
Matter of fact, when I seal mine up about half the time and I heat it up, it turns into a big balloon and you have to pop it to get it to shrink all the way down.
Really?
Biofilm, I don't know, something like that is what it's called.
Let me find it.
Hey,
I think I put it
DC.
in my-
Yeah. So we actually have responded to this. We actually have the heat gun Melissa showed in there. And I have another one that I've had for, I don't know, quite a long time for just projects and stuff. If I need to remove decals from
We're
a
just curious what kind of film
trailer
is
or
good
stuff from my company. Yeah. So we have the heat guns. I was just looking for the film that we would use specifically, or what Philip was using, just trying to understand what options are out there without Google searching, basically. Hey, Joey, what did you have that you were trying to show you were pulling up there?
Let me bring it back up.
Yeah,
It didn't turn out like I wanted it to. That's let me find it.
It's really hard to tell what
Kind of.
Can you zoom in on that?
I tried
that'll
to.
let you- Okay.
It won't let me zoom.
No.
No. I'm gonna see if I can fix it.
Okay.
So you surely didn't go to church dressed like you're dressed there now, did you, Bea?
Is that okay? So it's called Knox, Knox Premium.
Yeah.
I can't read that.
This is 14-inch, 75 gauge polyolefin shrink film. It's a centerfold, so it's 14 inches top to bottom, but it's actually 28 inches because it's a centerfold. It's folded over. I'll show you in just a second when I put it on the roller. 525 feet long, and it's $60.
Is that on? Where are you looking at? Is that Amazon?
That's Amazon.
Oh, okay.
So if I have do I have your number? I'll text it to you. I'll share it to you. from a text, but I don't know.
Here, I'm going to go to the private chat. I'm going to drop it in there.
All right.
Let's see here. Hold on a second. Look in the private chat.
I think I've tried shrink wrapping objects before, and it ends up tearing because it's not made to. The film that I have isn't made to shrink wrap larger items. It was made, I think, specifically for soaps and bath bombs.
Hey, Brian, I feel like we're losing, with making the gift pack. I feel like we're going to be here really quickly losing a little bit of our edge when it comes to like quote unquote gift packs, only because we're going to be missing the Christmas thing. We only have like one more event scheduled for like 2 weekends from now, I think, or it's during the week, one evening that we're going to be able to sell those. So Melissa will probably make up a few more gift packs, but I think now's the time to push them, Later, Slash.
I'll see you guys.
See you, man. Hey, don't do anything stupid, okay? Good deal. Yeah, that's right.
If it costs more than $12, don't call him to bail you out.
Yeah.
Where'd they go?
Outside.
Yeah, well, which door?
This door. But you can go out that door. See you later, hippie.
All right. I don't know if I can get far enough away from this for it to make sense to you or not. But
oh, so you're just using a seal.
I'm just using an impulse sealer. So
yeah.
Let me show you. This is the roll that I was just showing you right here. See that? All right. So I'm going to stick this in here. Now, this is what it called it a centerfold, which means it's folded. See, my hand is hitting the end of it inside. So the first seal I'm going to make is going to be like a bag. So here, let me just grab. These are some little pliers or whatever. I'm just going to stick those in here.
So is it open on both ends right now?
It's open.
It's
open here. It's open just on the side where my fingers are.
Okay.
And it's it's like two sheets going back to the roll, and it's folded on this end up here. Okay.
Okay.
You with me?
Yeah,
so
I got
now on mine, and it's got it on this end of the impulse sealer. There's a knob where I can adjust the heat settings, but I haven't set about where I want it. So what I do is I go once, and it clicks off, and then I hit it just like a half a turn like that, and then I give it a pull. I just about burned my finger there. I give it a pull now. See, that's in it's cut and sealed on 3 times now.
So you've created a bag now. Is basically what you've done.
Yeah. So now I just take this. I'm going to put it on this side so you can see better. But I take this. I'll see how that's laying down. And I'll do it again. And again. I don't do it a full time the second time, and I pull that away. And now it's
okay.
Now it's completely inside the bag.
Yep, I got you.
And from there, I just take the heat gun and shrink it down. And
so you said that'll reduce it by 70%, huh?
Yeah, this will shrink like 70. So that's not even. It's probably 40% to get that tight, but it will shrink all the way down to 70%. But yeah, that's the way it works. And like I said, if I go heat this up, it'll make a big balloon at first because all the air inside, it'll get smaller, and I'll have to keep burning it until it pops a hole in it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of material that we're looking for. So I'll have to look that up on Amazon.
Yeah, but I sent you the link. If you got my text.
Oh, okay.
I hope I sent it to the right number.
Yep, gotcha. I already had your number saved into my phone, actually.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I don't know how I got it, but somehow it must have been somewhere.
He was stalking you.
Probably stalking you. I don't know.
I'm not too secretive with it.
Oh, that's a good idea, Brian. Philip's doing a shrink wrap. Philip's doing 2 classes at Nabi this year. One on woodworking, building stands, and another one on shrink wrapping 101.
Yeah.
The only thing I like about the roll is you can kind of, I mean, width-wise, you're limited to whatever the width of the roll is, 14 inches or whatever. But length-wise, you've got, I mean, kind of infinite, right? I mean, as long as the roll is long.
Right.
To
Yes,
seal
yes.
up. So I like to, I mean, because Brian said he has bad these seals.
This is a 16-inch impulse sealer, and that's a 14-inch roll.
Okay. We actually have
So-
2 impulse sealers. One of them is a 12-inch and the other one is a 16.
Yeah, I think so. And then we've got that one that I have with the system.
That's what I'm talking about. We only have 2.
No, we have that smaller one too. Remember you bought from that person on Marketplace?
So we have 3?
Yeah, we have that smaller one.
Okay. Well, I guess we have 3 impulse sealers. I don't know.
And here's a quick little tip for you on the impulse sealer. You want your product, you want the middle of your bag to be about level with this sealer.
Yeah.
So what I do is I found myself a little box that, let me back this up a little bit. Found myself a little box that I set the product on.
Okay.
So, you know, I set the product on that. So it gets the middle of the product about in line with the impulse sealer. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just a little cardboard box that I found that happened to be the right height. That's what I set the gift set on top of.
Okay.
Otherwise I'm having to hold the product up and then seal it.
Yeah.
You know,
Kind of a pain.
But with this, I can put my product on here, pull the shrink wrap tight, and then seal it, and not have to hold on to the product by using
Yeah,
that little
good idea. So the little box that you're showing there, like the little crate style, I think you had showed that a couple other times before, and that's what when we went down to the Hyatt Regency Hotel down in St. Louis this last Tuesday to give I don't want to say presentation, but show everybody there. It was the head chef, the purchasing agent for Hyatt, and then there was the sous chef was there and talking to him about what they're looking for, everything from bulk honey to gift packs to setting up hives on the roof on the 7th floor, and that's overlooking the arch grounds and managing the hives up there and stuff like that, which is going to be a pretty cool gig actually.
Yeah.
Probably some of that stuff will start after the first of the year, it looks like, but so we're excited about that. But the one thing we took down there was a condensed version of what you just showed there with the little crate style that you built. Melissa found some on
Michael's.
And how much were those?
I don't know.
She found some at Michael's, I guess, and
Online.
And I don't remember now what they were. They were fairly cheap, I guess, and they fit a couple of small bottles of honey, or you can put a lip balm in there and maybe a little dipper. It's kind of like they were looking for ideas for like VIPs, and they said they constantly want to change it up. So he's like, we might give away in 2 weeks, we might give away 40 or 50, and he goes, 1 week we could give away 90. So, and I'm like, yeah. So they're talking about a lot of volume, and he says, we're always looking for a new idea. So if you guys come up with something else, always be thinking about something and shooting me different ideas about different things that we can do, and we'll change it up with everything from creamed honey to bourbon to whatever it might be, and then different types of gift packs or things. He's like, I'm always open to anything. He's like, I really want to build a long-term relationship here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, us too, I'm like, we really are not into it as much for the short term. I'd rather build relationships with several people that's all just long term, and maybe we would do, I don't know, potentially less markets if we had so this was kind of just something really simple, but and we don't have it shrink wrapped, but she only has in there right now just the 2 and the dipper. But I think the idea was to put a lip balm in there, and he said something about constantly changing it up as far as
Maybe sometimes do a cream honey.
Show the bottom of that box. It looks like it has flaps on the bottom.
Come here. Yeah, it does actually.
I hadn't thought about that. That actually could work.
So that's
Because
actually
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the
mine I use a piece of Luan for the bottom, but that actually works pretty nice. I like that. That's a good look.
I'm going to
I may
guess
have to
that
try that.
here to here is probably 2 inches, and
Right.
that's probably maybe not quite 3. And then you're probably, I don't know, 4 inches this way about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and these are just 3 ounce little jars. So,
Yeah.
so just
Nice.
something simple, really simple.
Well, I actually had a guy from he's a guy that contacted me a year ago. They just opened a new hotel and restaurant in Fort Worth. It's really, really high end. It's a resort. It's called the Bowie House. But he contacted me again. He was thinking about doing 2-ounce jars in the rooms for amenities.
Oh yeah.
And so I was going to pitch to him the 3-ounce honey with the dipping stick, and then I was going to do a lip balm and a real small candle. But then I got to thinking, do they really want to give people candles to light in hotel rooms?
That's the same discussion we had with them actually.
So I bought candles, but I was like, I don't know that you really want to give people candles in a hotel.
Yeah, he said the same thing. He's like, yeah, I can see that. And I'm like, I'm just thinking of liability, right? Because not everybody was graced with the presence of common sense. A few people.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna repitch it with the 2 different kinds of lip balm I have and the jar of honey, and see what he says about that. I'm gonna put it in a cute little box too, like that. But I mean, the problem with the hotels is they want to buy a large volume, but they probably want you to reduce your price so much that it makes
he never. We told him what our prices are, and he never batted an eye. And he never even asked for a discount on anything.
I never could get that picture to work out right.
What's that in the background? I can't tell what that is.
Looks like video screens.
I'm not sure.
Is it Joey? It's moving.
A mirror.
Yeah, what is that? That's outside for sure. It's some kind of backdrop.
Jeff needs to come on here and explain it, don't he?
Is that part of their setup, or does that just happen to be something that's behind?
I'm not sure.
It looks like it's video screens of some kind. It's moving. The one of them was anyway. Brian, there's a barrel place there right there in Louisville. It's not too far from the.
Appreciate that, Clay.
I said that to Brian out there at Flower Street. There's a barrel place. You can get all size barrels, new and used. Not too far from the Nobby location, right there in Louisville.
I'd like to find some more 15-gallon ones. I've got.
They've got new and used. That Midwest Barrel, get on their website.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize Midwest Barrel was in Louisville.
Yep, it's in Louisville.
Oh, I see the advertisements for Midwest Barrel all the time, because the one barrel that we use, which is out of Colorado, called 291, for some reason, probably because you talk about something and your phone's near you and it picks up on everything and starts sending me advertisements. But
Midwest Barrel, from like 5 up to 55, Brian, or whatever your name is out there.
My name.
He said that's a nativity scene.
Okay.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay. Gotcha.
I got you.
All right.
Couldn't tell either.
Nice.
All you heathens had no idea.
Tell you what.
Well, it must be from the side, not the front of it.
Hey, JW, careful. There's someone behind you taking your money can. Quick, turn around.
That money can's gone today. The freeze. I went out there the other morning, and this cold during the cold spell, it cracked my lid, so I had to steal one of my wife's Oh, those Ziploc little containers. I've got the money in it now.
She can be upset with you when she's looking for that.
But
When
that big
my
fancy
kids-
deal, I'm going on 700 pounds.
When my kids would go to church wearing like some ripped jeans or something like that, I'd look at them and I'd go, "What do you think? Jesus was born in a barn?"
Well,
Close.
At the rate I'm going right now, of course, this is about Christmas. I'm going to probably run out of honey. I didn't think I would. No way.
Tom's doing a striptease for y'all.
no, I'm not. I usually dress up a little bit more, but this is a Saturday evening, kind of low key, and it was just.
Well, we were running a little late.
I don't
today.
usually wear a hat in church either, but I had it on today.
Backwards and all, huh?
No, I didn't do that until the car ride home. Hey, Brian, you mentioned something on there earlier about something about, the other vendors and having a close-knit community. I actually socialize with all of them because I get, if anything slows down for just 1 minute at a booth that we're at, I usually wander off pretty quick and start chatting with somebody.
Well, I can't imagine that.
I know, right?
Hey, I'll tell you what, I came back today. Let me go grab it. I'll tell you what, I came back with some really good
Oh,
treats from
dear
this place.
Lord, of course he did. Of course he came back with treats, JW. He leaves, and then he comes back. He's like, "Hey, I need some money." Like, what for? It's like, I found the cookie lady. I'm like, of course you found the cookie lady.
I mean,
I'm
I'll tell you
surprised
what,
it took you this long.
I made friends today.
Mm-hmm.
She had these, the chocolate chips with filling. I got this one. I've only sniffed that one. I haven't even eaten it. And then I got a whole bunch of these. Wait, that's kind of overexposing. They're sugar cookies, basically.
Yeah, looks like marshmallows or something on top. Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
It's actually icing. I think I've eaten a couple of them.
You know, my wife will make those. I call them flour cookies. I don't care for those. My wife makes those for Christmas for the. Well, she used to make them for the grandkids, but they're about to get too big to eat them.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, these were really good. She had samples there on their table to try. And not everybody does that, but she had these great little samples sitting up there. And I'm like, well, how much are those? She goes, those are free. And I'm like, seriously?
Tom's like, I'll take them all.
I told her, I said, you realize I haven't eaten anything since last night? And she's like, well, help yourself. And then so I said, those cookies are good. How many of those you got? And it was toward the end of the day. And I'm like, just give me all of them. And then and I said, what about that cupcake right there? And she had one left. I'm like, yep, throw that in there too. And then I found the chocolate chip ones. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, it's Christmas time. Just throw that in there too. So I had to go. And then I realized I didn't have any cash. So I had to go back and steal Melissa's money. But yeah, so I do love to make friends with other people. I actually got her business card and liked their page, followed along, commented, stuff like that, so maybe in the future, I told her if we need something or for an event or something, I would reach out to her. So, just trying to share the love around there and make some new friends, especially for somebody that can feed me,
Yeah. I don't know if this happens to you guys, but today you have my son helping me out, and I'm usually taking the lead on everything, asking people if they want, trying to go full carny on them, like, hey, mister, you want some honey for your girlfriend?
That's right.
That kind of, but today, twice, not once, but twice, beekeepers came up and started talking to me, and that's it. It's over for me. I'm just over here talking to the beekeeper about bees, and all of a sudden, the people start piling up, and my son is just like working his tail off.
Hey, that's good
and
for him.
I don't even care. I'm like, what? No, what you got to do is you want to take that box and put it over that box, and you can do this. All these options. And yeah, it was just like a bee chat in the middle of my day. So yeah, that was kind of fun. He performed very well. He didn't
That's
get
awesome.
stressed out or anything.
Good for you. That's good. Hey, that's okay for them young guys to, to get the load thrown on them. They can figure it out for themselves, right?
Yeah.
When our boys took off out to the other location, it was only about 15-minute drive away. Melissa wanted to go out there and set them up, and we were kind of a little bit running behind and trying to get some things organized. And she had been working the last few days on getting all kinds of stuff prepared and set up for it. But anyway, you always try to think about all those little details and such, but sometimes little things fall through the cracks. Well, in reality, she wants to go out there and micromanage them is what it is. I'm like, you know what? Just leave it alone. I'm like, just let them go out there and do their thing, because if we're going to micromanage them, I'm like, they're not going to learn anything. And I'm like, the boys, they know what they're doing. They're intelligent. They can figure it out. And so I said, what I'll do is, after I get you in there and start helping you set up, usually what happens is I'll start doing things, Melissa will do things, and then she'll start changing things that I do. And I'm like, you know what? If you're going to change something that I did, I'm going to go walk around, okay? Because you're going to make me upset.
Well, if you would do it right the first time, I wouldn't have to fix it.
See? Yeah, that's right here. So I'm like, you know what? Don't redo what I had just already done. Well, I wouldn't like this. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to walk away right now.
You're going to go buy some cookies. I'm going to go buy
that's
some
right. I said, give me some money then. I'm going to go spend it. So I drove out to check up on the boys and stuff. And they actually did a really good job of setting it up and everything. And I took a couple of pictures and sent it back to Melissa. And I'm like, they had everything all set up. I'm like, I adjusted a couple of things, like very minor, but I'm like, they already had it under control and everything was set up. The only thing I scolded them for was when I got out there and I walked up to the table, both their heads were down like this and they were staring at their phones. And I stood there for about 5 seconds. I'm like, are you going to acknowledge your customer or not? I'm like, can't do that, man. He's like, I knew that was you. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I got on him about that. I'm like, quit looking at your phone, I'm like, when the customers walk up, stand up, engage them, say, hey, how you doing? That's a nice sweater. Those are, whatever, compliment them. People like that. And then I'm like, that can open the door for whatever your spiel is, however you want to sell them.
It's always funny when we do these, like 2 markets in one day, because when we've done them, they're usually in pretty close proximity to one another, like within 15 miles or whatever. And people will go to one and then they'll go to the other market, craft fair or whatever. So it's always funny when they've gone to the one that the boys are at first, and then they come to us like, hey, I just saw you at this other place. I'm like, oh yeah, how'd that go? And so they'll tell us how the boys like talk to them and whatnot. And they always seem pretty, pretty pleased with how the boys respond. So
because I'll ask them, I'm like, honest opinion though. I'm like, don't just tell me something just to say and be nice. I'm like, did they do a good job, and did they educate you on what you were trying to buy and this, that, and the other? And I would say 9 times out of 10 they get pretty good compliments. Sometimes they're like, well, they did this. I'm like, I've been telling them they can't do that, or just minor things. But the boys get a percentage of what they sell. So I'm like, if you guys sell, whatever, $1,500, $2,000, you get a percentage of that, and sometimes it's only one of them out there. So I'm like, how much money do you want to make today? So, but generally they do pretty well. And today actually surprised me a little bit more. I wasn't anticipating a lot out of these two events because there are a couple of local schools. And
they're having them on the same day.
And they were both on the same day. And I'm like, it's a little chilly. And then somehow we got stuck down this hallway off the main path, which I didn't care for. And so I told the lady, I said, hey, I'm like, and she's like, I'm sorry. It was a mix up with us signing up, and Melissa thought she did. We didn't. And anyway, it was kind of a miscommunication there, but she's like, I know you guys have been doing it the last few years. And I'm like, hey, look, if it requires me to make another donation or something to the PTO here, I'm like, I'll do it to get out there right in front. So I'm like, just remember that. And she's like, oh yeah, no problem. This, that, and the other. So anyway, hopefully she remembers that here for this next time, because, where you're located in an area makes a huge difference. If you have a sucky spot, you may not get the traffic.
She actually was nice enough to, like Tom said, we got placed at the end of a hallway off the main vendor area.
Yeah.
But we have that, I don't know if everybody's seen that retractable sign that we have. I asked her, I'm like, is there any way out there in that main vendor hall that we can put this sign out there She's like, well, we have a sign that says vendors this way. I go, is there somewhere that I can put this sign specifically? She's like, well, let me check. And she did. She let us put our sign out there in the main hall.
Yeah.
So I think that probably helped drive
That
some
would help,
traffic.
yeah.
A couple people actually said, it's like, oh yeah, we knew you were down this way. We seen the sign out there. I'm like, oh, well, that's awesome. So, you know.
So, yeah, I fully understand what Melissa goes through when you leave and go walking around the market. Not with Noah. Noah's fine. He doesn't do that. But when Sophie would sell with me, when she would leave to walk around the market, I had to start selling really hard because I knew I was losing money when she was walking around. So I had to knuckle down and make some sales to just try to stay even.
Most of the time, I'm just using money out of my own money clip. I'm not using that, but I didn't have any cash with me today. I had like $1, and a lot of times I like to spend cash, but I don't like to use my cards. You know, even though a lot of places will take cards. You know, I understand too that these people are paying a percentage, so I always say, hey, I'm like, give me a second, I'll go get some cash, and I had to run back and grab some cash, and she was grateful. And
the only time that's really bad, Philip, is when the cookie lady's right next to our booth. The cookie lady makes money.
Or there's times too that we've actually made some donations on stuff, you know, where maybe the market wasn't really swell, but you had your presence there and your brand recognition, and you made a couple of nice donations to an organization or something. So, you know, that's worth it. And it shows community there too. So most of the time the markets go pretty well. Occasionally we get one that flops a little bit.
So Brian has clipped Brian's comment about Jen tells him.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of the way.
So I had that issue with you. Like, I think in our last market, he was talking to this guy about bees and talking, which is fine. Like, I don't care. But like, go over to the side and talk. You're in my way.
And she was being rude about it too, you know?
I was not.
JW, she was being kind of rudy, snooty. Kind of ticked me off.
What kind of cracks me up though is, you know, you all do markets, and you know, you say the same things all day long. Like, you answer the same question all day long, right? But sometimes you get those people that just want more information, and that's great. Like, we don't mind that at all. We're there to educate people. But what I think is funny is, like, sometimes I feel bad for the vendors next to us, and like, they now know more about bees than they ever wanted to know in their life. Or those vendors that you're like,
you
like,
guys want to
tuning
hear
in, listening the
That's awesome.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, Oz is pretty good at that.
That's good.
He's a good boy.
We get paid. We do a lot of singing around the area.
Yeah.
You should go. You should go caroling.
I'm telling you. Yeah. I'll tell you what, that his dog there, Boz, that's probably one of the best and well-behaved dogs you ever seen in your life.
We go into the restaurant that has the stools, you know, the bar stools restaurant, little old local restaurant, and they know him, and they'll let him come in, you know, and he'll just sit up on the bar stool and sit there. You know?
That's awesome.
That's
He
great.
goes pretty much where I go. He's my buddy.
Hey,
Yeah,
Brian,
looks
this is
like
Brian.
everybody's starting to drop off. I'm gonna go ahead and end the chat.
Yeah.
I'll just hang in here just a minute.
All
I'm
right.
gonna say good night to everybody over in the chat.
Hello and goodbye.
Huh? You just stay right where you at.
Yeah, will do, Joey.
I'd like to thank Clay for the super chat.
Yeah.
And I guess Gunline Bees, didn't they say something about they were going to do their 1,000 subscriber giveaway?
Oh, is that tomorrow? Okay.
Is that tomorrow? It might be. I don't hold me to it, but it might be. it might
Oh.
turn into some fun.
Ricky, did everybody see what Ricky announced on Thursday? That he's going to give away a horizontal hive on
Yeah.
the 19th. So don't miss that either.
Yeah, okay.
Good
All
night,
right. Good
y'all.
night, everybody.
Night, everyone.
Good night.
Right.
Good night, everybody.